Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is story about what if Kurama sends Naruto back to a week before they are Genin part 1. Before I start, please do support for more amazing content and comments for part 2. Do consider to subscribe my channel and share my video to your friends and check out the description as well. Let's start the video. There they sat, back to back, breathing heavily. They fought once more as a team. We did it, the war's over. A pink-haired girl said. Yes, but with great loss. A blue-eyed blonde replied. I know, the pink-haired girl muttered as tears came to her eyes. She couldn't hold it in any longer. Sakura, we may be that last 3 alive now. A dark-haired boy began. Kakashi, the Konoha 12, the other senseis. The dark-haired boy continued on. It had been almost 3 months since they last saw someone they actually knew. That was when Shikamaru, Niji, Sai, and Shino were sent out to take out a base. The 7 of had been the last of the Leaf Village. Now it was just the 3 of them left. Everyone else had died before this. No one had the time to mourn those that had died. After all, there was a war going on. The war had changed many people. Sasuke, you don't have to remind me that no one else is left, Sakura cried through tears. What do we do now? I can't even really move. I think I know of a way, the blonde boy began to say. He paused as if he was still considering his idea. What is it, Naruto? Sasuke asked his best friend. Sasuke had teamed up with them after re-killing Orochimaru. The 3 of them had teamed up in the end to fight off Madara. Obito had died the same day as Kakashi did. I have talked to Kurama. He knows of a way we can go back in time. Before all of this, we can stop a lot of things from happening. We could save everyone. We wouldn't have our full power, just our knowledge of this time, and any jutsus we know. We just have to relearn them, and build up our body strength and stamina. Naruto explained. Really, we can go back? We can save everyone? Sakura asked hopefully. We can. Kurama doesn't know how far back we will go, but far enough that we can stop a lot of this from happening. Naruto replied. Let's do it, Sasuke suddenly said. It's a chance for us to start over and save everyone. I didn't care much for everyone else, but they are important. Maybe this time around I can actually make a bond with the others. I am in too. How does it work? Sakura asked, turning to Naruto. Kurama will do it, just add your chakra in with mine. Naruto answered. Both nodded in understanding, before they placed a hand on his shoulder. A few minutes later there was a flash of light and the 3 friends blacked out. Naruto's POV. Naruto! A familiar voice I hadn't heard in a long time shouted. I opened my eyes, and just in time for me to see an eraser coming at me. I caught it in midair before it could hit me. Why was this eraser being thrown at me? Iruka? I called out loud, slightly confused. I almost jumped in surprise when I heard laughter from around me. I was in the academy. It worked. The jutsu worked. I made it back before I became a genin, but how far back? Naruto, why were you sleeping? This is the 3rd time this week. Iruka asked with a sigh. I had to really fight the urge to hug him. Iruka had died not long after Kakashi. Well, I didn't sleep well last night. I had a nightmare. That sounded like a good excuse to me. Fine, I will let it go. I don't want you falling asleep in my class anymore. Iruka replied as he turned back to the board to continue on with the lesson. As soon as Iruka turned his back, I searched the room. Did Sakura and Sasuke make it back too? I looked towards Sasuke's usual spot in the academy. There he was, staring out the window. I wonder if it's actually him from the future. Sasuke turned to look at me, as if he knew I was watching him. Once his eyes met mine he smirked, and then signaling me. It was him. The 3 of us made up our own signals during the war. I quickly signed back, before turning away from him to check if Sakura had made it back too. It also helped that since we had been shinobi for a few years, you can easily pick up if someone is watching you. Just like with Sasuke, she was sitting in her usual seat next to Ino, not very far from Sasuke. Sakura didn't look at me at all, but a few minutes later she turned towards me quickly, while Iruka's back was turned. She signed in my direction. I signed back when she turned her head to look at me again a few minutes later. Good, we were all here, now class just needs to end. We had a lot of planning to do. I really needed to find out what the date was. Luckily Iruka always put it on the board every day. I looked back to the board to find the date, where Iruka always had it. So it's a week before our genin exam. We could work with that, but once we start working with Kakashi we will have to be more careful about what we show. Or we could always freak him out a little. Naruto held in a laugh. That sure sounded like a fun idea. It wasn't much longer for class to end. Before I left I made sure to give Iruka a quick hug. I couldn't hold it any longer. Hopefully I could control it when it came to everyone else. I did pretty well during class without shouting in joy and hugging everyone in sight. I met up with Sakura and Sasuke soon after at the tree in front of the academy. Next to the swing, I always liked. So what's the plan, Dobe? Sasuke asked as soon as I was close enough to hear. I should have known. I am going to be stuck with that name forever. Stupid bastard, he knows I am way stronger than him. Knock it off, you two. I don't want to listen to you guys fighting. I really don't have the patience to deal with the 2 of you. Sakura sighed. She knew how they could get. I quickly pushed out my chakra to make sure no one would overhear our conversation before finally answering Sasuke's question. So we have a whole week before our Genin exams. Right now is the easiest time for us to train without raising any suspicion, so we can train after class and during the weekend. We have to get as strong as we can before the Chunin exams. That is our first big problem, I explained to them. Sure, wave plays a big part too, but not as big as the Chunin exams. Okay, that sounds like a pretty good plan for now. We can always add details later. So let's go start that training, Sasuke declared. Sasuke started to walk away from them and head towards the nearest training grounds. We probably should look for a training ground that no one uses, like at all. We will cause too much attention if we train in training grounds that are more commonly used, Sakura suggested. We both agreed with her. We definitely did not want to gain any attention. At least not yet. The three of us then set out to find an unoccupied training ground. No one's POV. The three time travelers spent most of the week training and going over plans for the future of Konoha. The Genin exams went much like the same as before, even dealing with Mizuki. Though this time Naruto copied down other jutsu that the three of them could use. Team 7 were now sitting in the classroom waiting for Kakashi. Though this time they were well ready for their tardy sensei. So Kakashi will be here in what, like 2 hours? Sakura asked. Yeah, so we are going to have fun with this, right? Naruto asked his two best friends. Oh, we are. Otherwise we would have to wait until the wave mission for anything exciting to happen. At this point everything will be boring till then, Sasuke replied. Naruto, I am so glad you got that stick out of Sasuke's ass. Now he actually interacts with the world. Sakura laughed at her own words. Shut up. Back then all of you just annoyed me. Sasuke grumbled. Look what you did, Sakura. You are turning him back to being a brooding bastard. Naruto replied with a snicker. Sasuke grumbled again. You two are so getting your ass kicked when we spar. Sure, Sasuke. Sakura stopped in her sentence when the door opened to show Kakashi's gravity-defying silver hair. The three of them held the urge to hug him. Well, 2 out of 3. Sasuke doesn't really hug anyone. After all, Kakashi was like their big brother/parental guardian. Sakura was chewing on her bottom lip to hold herself back. The other two weren't faring much better. Meet me on the roof, and with a puff of smoke he was gone. Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura sat across from Kakashi, silently observing each other. Okay, why don't we get to know each other a bit? Kakashi said after looking each of them over. You go first, Sensei, that way we can have an example. Sakura replied. After all, they have to somewhat play along. Alright, my name is Kakashi Hatake. I have some likes and dislikes. A few hobbies. My dream, while I had one the other day. The three soon-to-be Genin nodded. They already knew what he was going to say. Kakashi pointed to Sakura. Pinky, your turn. Okay, I am Sakura Haruno. I like my friends and family, cooking, healing people, training, books. I dislike a guy, people who judge others before they know them. My hobbies: training, healing, cooking, reading. My dream is to become the best medic ninja in the world, even better than Tsunade of the Sannin. And to help my friends with their dreams. Kakashi was definitely surprised with her introduction. None of it matched her academy profile. Plus her hair was now shorter, and she was wearing more suitable ninja clothes. Alright, the dark-haired one, your turn. I am Sasuke Uchiha. I like my friends and family, training, tomatoes, reading, shogi. I dislike a man, people who can't see the difference between a kunai and a scroll. My hobbies: training, reading, shogi. My dream is to become an Umbu captain, and be one of the strongest ninja in the world. This added even more confusion to Kakashi. Sasuke's academy profile didn't match this introduction either. It said he wanted to get revenge on his brother. Okay, now for you, Blondie. Naruto smiled. I am Naruto Uzumaki. I like my friends and those I consider family, training, ramen, sealing, the village, food, training, reading, and protecting others. I dislike a certain dude that ruined everything. My hobbies: training, creating seals, writing, reading, other things I can't really think of at the moment. My dream is to always protect my precious people no matter what, and always be there for them, even if it puts my life and dreams behind theirs. I also want to become the strongest Hokage there ever lived, so that I will be able to protect my precious people and everyone that lives in the village even if they hate me. I want to become one of the strongest shinobi in the entire shinobi world. Also that none of my precious people have to suffer. There was a long silence after Naruto's introduction. Sasuke and Sakura both glanced at him. No one could ever figure out how Naruto just seems to captures everyone's attention with his speeches. They are one of the many things that make people believe in him. It's something that the Konoha 12 and many others pondered about Naruto. Kakashi was almost utterly confused by Naruto's introduction didn't match his academy record either. He also seemed to care very deeply for people who are precious to him. Not many ninja care as much as that for their comrades. Naruto claimed to care for them a whole lot more than the average shinobi. Even to people he barely knew, and even to the village that hated him. Alright, tomorrow we will start with some survival training. Just with the 4 of us, Sakura sighed. She was going to have to ask in order for this conversation to move along faster. But we did survival training in the academy. Why do we have to do more? Kakashi chuckled. He would surprise them now. Because all teams have to do this. Out of 27 graduates, only 9 will pass. It has a 66% failure rate. None of Genin from the future showed any surprise by this. What the heck was up with his team? The Academy records stated that he would get the revenge-obsessed last Uchiha, a fangirl, and a dead last idiot. So far they didn't show any of that. He might have to talk to the Hokage about this. Anyways, meet me at Training Ground 7 at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Kakashi paused for a minute. Oh, and I would suggest that you don't eat breakfast, you might throw up. With that, Kakashi was gone, leaving the three Genin alone. What should we do now? Sakura asked, turning to her two teammates. I think we should start hanging out with the others. If we can get them to start improving early, then there will be less stress of us. We won't have to worry about them getting hurt. As you know, in the future we're not always there to save them. Naruto explained. Then how do you propose we actually do that? Sasuke asked. They are not going to just do as we say. I know. We can have a congratulatory picnic. We tell them we want to celebrate the 9 of us passing the actual test. Sakura suggested. We can have it at Training Ground 7. That's not a bad idea. We could spar against each other too. If we show them that the 3 of us are stronger than we all actually showed in the academy, it might just motivate them enough to work harder. Sasuke replied. If it all goes to plan, then we can start making it a weekly get-together. We could even get Teen Guy to join the group a few weeks after. If we catch their attention early, it might help us out in the long run. Naruto explained. You really just want to see all of them, don't you? Of course I do, Sakura. They all either died or were captured. I want all of us to live this time around. I am going to try my hardest to keep it that way. Naruto replied. I think that should work for now. Let's go track the teams down. We can plan our first get-together after our test tomorrow. Sasuke said. So who should we look for first? They all might be home by now. No, I remember Shikamaru telling me that they were at the barbecue place till evening. Kiba, I believe, told me they had their test the same day as introduction. So if we hurry we can catch them before they head home. Naruto explained. Then Team 8 is probably the team we should look for first. We have until at least till 5 or 6 to meet up with Team 10. Sakura said. I think they might be at Training Ground 8. They always go there, at least that's what Kiba told me. I am too far away to sense them from here. It would be easier if I could go into Sage mode. Let's just go already. Sasuke interrupted as he jumped down from Academy roof to another smaller roof nearby. It didn't take long for them to find Team 8. Kurenai raised an eyebrow at the 3 of them when Team 7 walked into the training grounds. Weren't they supposed to be with Kakashi? What are you 3 doing here? Kiba asked as soon as he spotted them. We just wanted to know if you guys wanted to come to our congratulatory picnic at Training Ground 7 around 1 p.m. tomorrow? Sakura explained. You want us to go on a picnic with you? Kiba asked, as Orochimaru barked from on top of Kiba's head. We're planning to invite Team 10 too. We were planning to do a little sparring. If you are up to it, of course. Sasuke smirked. They were definitely going to come now. I think it will be a great idea, I will go. Hinata shuddered as she poked her fingers together. That's awesome, Hinata. What about you, Shino? Kiba? Naruto asked in excitement. This was going just how he wanted it. I suppose it would be a good idea. I will go, Shino responded. Fine, I will go too. It will even give me a chance at kicking your ass in a spar. Kiba said quite loudly. We will see about that, dog breath. I am way better than you think. Naruto replied with a foxy grin. Kiba huffed. I will believe it when I see it. Well, we should probably go now, so that you can get back to training. Bye, see all of you tomorrow. Sakura butted in, before Naruto and Kiba could start a bigger argument. Right, we still have to talk to Team 10. Sasuke added. Bye guys, bye Kurenai-sensei. Sorry for bothering your team. Naruto cried out, before the 3 of them jumped into the trees to head to the barbecue place. Man, I am starving. You're always starving, dog, Sasuke replied as they jumped from roof to roof. Shut up, team. I can't help that I am hungry. Though too bad it's not a ramen place. I haven't had any in a long time. You had some yesterday. Right after we trained. Sasuke replied. Oh yeah, well it's still a long time. Before we came back I hadn't had ramen in months. Both of you knock it off. We're here. Sakura stated as they dropped down at the entrance of the barbecue restaurant. Good thing the owners are okay with me being here. Naruto pointed out as they walked in. There they are. Sasuke pointed to Team 10 at a small booth. Shikamaru looked absolutely bored. Ino was shouting at Choji for eating all the food, and Asuma looked almost as bored as Shikamaru. Hey guys. Naruto shouted at them as they walked up. What are you 3 doing here? Aren't you supposed to be with Kakashi? Asuma asked. We have our test tomorrow. We came here to ask the 3 of you something. Sasuke replied, turning towards the 3 12-year-olds of Team 10. What troublesome thing is it? Shikamaru asked with a yawn. Yeah, forehead, what do you guys want? Ino added. All 3 younger members of Team 10 looked at them for an answer. We wanted to know if you guys wanted to come to our congratulatory picnic. Team 8's going. We will probably spar a little too. Naruto answered. Where at and when is it? Choji asked. Training Ground 7, tomorrow at 1 p.m. Are you in? Sakura asked. I will go. Anything to be with my Sasuke-kun, and to beat you, forehead. Ino shouted. I don't think so, Ino pig. I can easily beat you. Sakura replied. That's a lie, forehead. Ino argued. Naruto ignored the two fighting kunoichi. So will you guys go? Sure, it's free food. All of us probably won't get to hang out much once we start missions and stuff. Choji replied. You never know, Choji. We could always make this a weekly thing. Naruto replied knowingly. I was also planning on bringing a shogi board. Hopefully someone else is good enough to beat me. We all know Naruto can't. Sasuke stated. Hey, I have you know. I am pretty good at it. I beat you a few times. Naruto grumbled. Sure you do, dope. Sasuke replied with a smirk. Troublesome, I guess I will go. Maybe I will get a chance to stare at some clouds. I might even take you up on your challenge, Uchiha. Looking forward to it then. We should probably go before Sakura and Ino trash the place. Sasuke replied, pointing to the two arguing girls. Good point. Sakura. Come on, we are leaving. We still have stuff to do. Naruto yelled to her. The two arguing girls stopped shouting at each other when Naruto called to Sakura. Oh right. Well, bye Ino pig, see you tomorrow. Sakura said as she began to walk towards the front door. Bye Shikamaru, Choji, see you tomorrow. Naruto waved to them. Bye Asuma-sensei, sorry we disturbed your team meeting. With that, the three of members of Team 7 left. Ino sat back down in her seat beside Choji. What's with Team 7? They are acting quite troublesome. I don't think I have ever seen Sasuke talk that much. Shikamaru mumbled. Yeah, they seem different. Choji added. But didn't you say Naruto was always troublesome? I did say that. He is more troublesome than anyone I will ever know, Shikamaru replied. Alright boys, that's enough talk. We will meet tomorrow at 9. I will make sure your training's done before 1. Asuma interrupted them. Training ground 42. After training for a few hours, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura sat under a tree to discuss their plan for the next day. Getting the teams to agree about the picnic went well. Now all we have to do tomorrow is pass our test with Kakashi. Sakura said to her teammates. Yeah, luckily we know everyone pretty well. Naruto began. So at this moment, our current level is where it was during the end of the Chunin exams. Except I can't use Rasengan or Toads until I sign the contract and train with Erosanin. It would be too suspicious if I can just use it out of the blue, so I need to increase my speed and strength for now. Maybe add a few more wind jutsus. Naruto explained. We're all in the same boat here, we can't use anything extreme yet, unless we have to. Sasuke replied. Luckily our teamwork is back in sync. Since we work well with each other, we should be able to surprise Kakashi. He will probably underestimate us for the test anyways. So far we have the advantage. Let's go rest up and eat something. Wait, why didn't we eat when we were at the barbecue place? I don't know. You were talking about being hungry before we got there. Come on, we can go eat something now. Sakura replied to Naruto's question. Sakura, you are going to have to bring the food for the picnic. Sasuke suddenly said. Right, because if I let the two of you get the food, the only food that would be in the basket is ramen and tomatoes. That's not true, I would bring other things. Besides, there isn't anything wrong with ramen. There isn't anything wrong with tomatoes either. They're healthy for you. Sasuke commented. Sakura sighed. You two can't really cook much anyways. Naruto will get overpriced for food or get spoiled food if he bought stuff at the store. And you, Sasuke, wouldn't even take the time to bring other food. Well, that's why you're bringing the food. Naruto replied. Come on, let's go already. The next morning at Training Ground 7, Kakashi arrived at Training Ground 7 at 10 am. No one was in sight. He could feel their chakra signatures, but he couldn't see them. A puff of smoke suddenly appeared in front of him, only to reveal his team. All three looked refreshed and ready to go. Sorry we're late, Sensei. You see, my alarm doesn't work, so I got up late. And on the way here I found a drowning fish that needed saving. I had to save it, you see. Every life is important. Naruto replied with a straight face. I was late because as I was leaving, a cat jumped through my window and into my house. I had to get him out before I could leave. He ran all over my house and broke a lot of things. My parents made me clean it up. Sakura replied. I was late because my alarm clock was broken, so I had to go buy a new one. There was a long line at the checkout counter, and sadly the line was filled with mostly fangirls. Sasuke explained. Kakashi's sweat dropped. Are my excuses that bad? If they were going to be ninja, they would have to be more serious. Okay, well, let's start the test. Kakashi pulled out 2 bells. You have to get these from me, and you have until noon to do so. But there's only 2 bells, Sensei. I know, only 2 of you will be getting a bell. One of you won't get a bell, and that person will be tied to the pole with no lunch. That person will also be going back to the academy. Kakashi explained. Kakashi smirked behind his mask. He got them now. But to Kakashi's surprise, they didn't react to it at all. What was up with his team? Kakashi set the timer to an alarm clock he had brought to noon, and sat the clock down on the middle stump. Begin. With those words, Team 7 vanished into the trees. Weird, I can barely sense them anymore. Do they know how to suppress their chakra? Kakashi thought. My team sure is interesting. I wonder what they can do. Kakashi then proceeded to pull out his beloved orange book from his pouch. A few minutes later he had to jump away from a barrage of kunai and shuriken. To his surprise, Sasuke came charging at him as a fast pace for a Genin. Kakashi went to intercept Sasuke when he felt another presence coming at him from behind. He discovered that it was Naruto, so maybe they will figure out my test. Kakashi quickly put his book away. He would need both of his hands to fend the two of them off. The two jumped away from him, and both slid into a taijutsu stance. The two proceeded to attack him at once, one attacking where the other wasn't. They worked well with each other, as if had been working together for years. It was getting a bit harder to block both of them at the same time. The three of them had been fighting off each other for over 20 minutes now. Kakashi's side jumped away just in time to miss Sakura come at him from his right. So they were leading me towards her. Kakashi's eyes widened when Naruto and Sasuke both began doing hand signs. No way, they can't know that. Wind style, great breakthrough. Fire style, great fireball jutsu. Kakashi quickly used body replacement to get out of the way. Once the technique was over, Kakashi surveyed the damage. How much chakra was in that? Kakashi jumped down from the tree a moment later. He was definitely going to have to be careful. Sakura and Sasuke came rushing at him this time. Naruto hung back, waiting for something. Kakashi quickly began fending them off. Wow, Sakura is pretty good in taijutsu. Her record said she was really low in taijutsu. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. At those words, many Narutos appeared around the training grounds. As soon as the Naruto clones appeared, they began swarming Kakashi. Sakura and Sasuke jumped out of the way as the Naruto clones swarmed around them. Kakashi swiftly made his way through all the clones. He didn't notice that they were getting him pushed back into a triple tripwire. Once he set it off, it was too late, and he was caught into a chakra-infused net. Sakura quickly grabbed the bells from his belt just before Kakashi cut himself loose. Just as he freed himself from the trap, the alarm clock went off. The three of you are good. I didn't expect that at all. Kakashi replied truthfully. So Sakura, who are you going to give the other bell to? To both of them. After all, they did most of the work. Sakura said, throwing them each a bell. No way, Sakura, you did a lot during the test. You can have my bell. Naruto said, throwing his bell back to her. No you don't, Naruto, you can have my bell. Sasuke passed him the bell he was holding. After all, it was mostly your plan. You don't have to worry about it. All three of you pass. Kakashi replied. The reason for this test is for teamwork. But the three of you already knew that, didn't you? Of course we know. After all, you have to look underneath the underneath. Naruto replied with a foxy grin. That is correct. Those who abandon the mission are trash. But those who abandon your comrades are worse than trash. Kakashi explained to them. The three Genin smiled and smirked in Sasuke's case at his words. We will meet tomorrow at the bridge over there at 7 a.m. Kakashi said, pointing to a bridge a few yards away. Later, Kakashi waved before disappearing in a swirl of leaves. That was quite fun, don't you think? Naruto asked his friends. A drowning fish, Naruto? That's the best you got. Sakura replied. I thought it was funny. Have you heard the excuses Kakashi has given us? The others would be here soon. Sakura, why don't you go get the picnic supplies? Naruto and I can clean up the training grounds. Sasuke explained before another argument started. Sakura nodded before leaving the two best friends alone. Hopefully they don't start fighting while she was gone. It normally happened if she left the two of them alone long enough. Sometimes they just did it for fun too. Team 10 walked into training ground 7 just before 1 p.m. They paused in their tracks when they found Sasuke and Naruto in a fierce taijutsu match. The two of them were shouting at each other about something. Shikamaru couldn't really make it out. Troublesome. They look pretty evenly matched. In the academy, Naruto never fought like that. Choji stated as he munched on some chips. Yeah, and Sasuke always beat him. Now it's hard to tell who will even win. Shikamaru replied. Where the heck is Forehead Girl? Ino asked, looking around for her pink-haired best friend. What are they fighting about? Kiba's voice asked, followed by a bark from Okamaru. Teammate had arrived. I don't even know. It's too troublesome. I can barely follow their movements. They are fighting at a high speed. Shino observed. I hope they won't get hurt too badly. Hinata added softly. The 6 Genin watched Naruto and Sasuke spar against each other for 10 minutes. Before Ino broke the silence. Maybe we should break them up, Ino suggested as she watched the two jump apart from each other, only for them to jump right back in. Ino, I don't think we could stop them. Instead of slowing down, they seemed to be speeding up. Shikamaru answered. What the hell is going on? Sakura's voice shouted from behind the two teams. Most of them jumped in surprise. How could they not notice Sakura approach? Sakura was now standing beside them carrying a big basket and a large blanket. Naruto and Sasuke didn't seem to have heard their teammates shout. They were still going at it. It was like they weren't even paying attention to the outside world. Hey Sakura. We just got here a little bit ago. Your teammates have been fighting since before we even arrived. They didn't even notice us. Ino explained to her. I see. Sakura set the basket and blanket down before marching over towards her two fighting teammates. This doesn't look too good, Choji said as he ate another chip from his bag of chips. Hey Choji, share some of those chips. I didn't bring any popcorn, Kiba told the Akimichi. Choji held the bag out towards the Inuzuka, who dug his hand into the bag to take a few. Be careful, Sakura, Hinata quietly called after her. What the heck do you two think you are doing? Sakura yelled at her teammates, as she jumping right in between them, and punching the ground in the process, leaving a small crater where her fist had been. Sasuke and Naruto froze in their tracks. They were in trouble now. Hey Sakura-chan, we were just sparring, Naruto said as he rubbed the back of his head nervously. Don't be angry at me. It was all Sasuke team's fault, Naruto said quickly. No, it wasn't, Dobe, you started it. It was. Naruto was interrupted by Sakura. Both of you knock it off right now. Our friends are here for a to know when you spar that you forget about everything around you. We don't have time for that, sorry Sakura. The two boys replied in unison. Good, now come on, everyone else is waiting. Sakura turned back to the others. Ino, Kiba, Choji, and Hinata faces showed of shocked and disbelief. How did you do that? Ino asked after a few minutes. You mean the punch? I just enhanced my punch with chakra, and let it all out at once. Didn't you know that's how Tsunade of the Sannin fights? Sakura replied. Ino shook her head. I didn't know you were that strong, Sakura. Well, I didn't know any of you were that strong. They three of us have trained a lot. Most of it was in secret. If we want this generation of ninja to be better than the ones before, then we have to step it up. We got a long way to go before we surpass anyone. We do have a tough match-up, but I think we can do it. Naruto grinned. Well, let's eat already, I am starving. Everyone seemed to snap out of whatever weird daze they were in when Naruto stopped talking. Yeah, then I want to spar with you, Naruto, Kiba replied. Akamura barked in agreement. I also had Sakura bring the shogi as well. If any of you would care to play around with me, Sasuke explained. I suppose I could play you in a game, after we eat, Shino replied. Sasuke nodded. What about you, Shikamaru? Troublesome, I guess I could play the winner. You guys do that. Forehead, I want a sparring match against you. I want to see how strong you have become, Ino told her friend. Even with your new little trick. Once the blanket was spread out, and the food was passed out, everyone found a spot under the shade of a large tree, began to eat, while talking to one another. Awesome, my idea is working. It won't be long until we can add Team Guy too. Lee should be easiest one to convince. We'll be strong in no time, Naruto thought as he watched everyone talk together. So how did you guys come up with this idea anyways? Choji asked when there was a pause in conversation. That's easy. We wanted to celebrate graduating, why not with your friends? We could also celebrate that we were the 9 genin that made it through the real test, Sakura replied. But how did you know that yesterday? Didn't you have your test this morning? Hinata asked. Everyone turned to the 3 members of Team 7. They had all been thinking the same thing. Well, we were going to celebrate even if we didn't pass. Though I knew we would pass from the start. Our team consists of the last Uchiha, a kunoichi that will become the best medical ninja ever, and me, the future Orange Hokage, Naruto replied. What's wrong with all of us hanging out anyways? We're all friends. You only get stronger by protecting and working together with your precious people. That's really nice of you, Shino commented. Friends seem very important to you, aren't they for you? Sasuke replied. It's almost the same way with your bugs. Think of it like a big hive working together to protect one another. I will always cherish my friends no matter what. There is too many things in life we take for granted. One moment it's there, and the next it's gone. I don't want to lose anything if I can help it, Naruto added. You talk as if we are all going to die tomorrow, Shikamaru analyzed. You're really troublesome, Naruto. Crap, I forgot how smart Shikamaru is, Naruto thought before grinning. I wouldn't be me if I wasn't, no would I. Naruto turned to Kiba, who was giving the rest of his food to Akamaru. So Kiba, you still up for that spar? Hell yeah. You're going down, just me and you though. Taijutsu only, Kiba replied. Alright, that's fine with me. If anyone else wants to join in, we will be over there, Naruto explained as he walked away with Kiba. Come on, Forehead, we can use the other side of the training grounds, Ino said, grabbing Sakura's hand and dragged her to the other side of the training grounds. So let's see how good you are, Shino, Sasuke said as he took out the shogi board from the large picnic basket. Hinata, if you want to play too, just ask, Sasuke explained to the shy girl who was watching Kiba and Naruto spar. Hinata nodded her head. Okay, I am fine right now. Just at the edge of the training grounds, hiding stealthily in the trees, were Team 7, 8, and 10 senseis. Your team is weird, Kakashi, Asuma commented as he lit up a cigarette. I don't think I have seen anyone like them. I have noticed. During the test, they teamed up on me right away. If they have had actually acted as their academy records say, then I would have gotten the worst team. Now it seems like I have the best team out of the 3 of us. I bet they could even match up against Guy's team. I haven't really figured them out yet, but I will. My team's not bad. All 3 will be great trackers someday. If they keep working in a group like this, things might just get interesting, Kurinai replied. My team has good teamwork. I would expect that from Genin, whose parents are the Ino Shikacho, Asuma explained. Naruto just might have the right idea. I think we observed them long enough, let's go. Kakashi said after a few minutes. The three Jonin nodded at each other before disappearing in a swirl of leaves. A few hours later, after a few spars and some laughs, it was beginning to get late. The sun was setting behind the trees. I can't believe you beat me, it's not possible. Next time the ending would be different. Kiba grumbled out to Naruto. I am using Akamura next time, then you won't stand a chance. Akamura barked in agreement. Naruto grinned. Well, Kiba, how about next week? We can make this a weekly thing. Naruto turned to the others. What about the rest of you? I am in. Sasuke's a good challenge in shogi. Shikamaru replied. I think I could get a little training in too. Working together is a good idea. If we learn to work well with each other, then we won't have problems with missions. As troublesome as it is, I think we need to be ready for anything. Yeah, if Shikamaru's in, then I am in too. Choji agreed. There is no way I am losing to Forehead again, count me in. Ino declared. So that's all Team 10. Now what about Team 8? Naruto thought. I thought today was fun. I will be there as well, Hinata replied. It would be logical to accept your invitation. Shino stated. Of course I am going to come too. I don't want to be left out of all the excitement. Kiba said, as Akamura bark followed in agreement. Awesome, how about Sunday afternoons? Shinobi normally get that day off, unless they are on a long-term mission outside the village. Naruto explained. How did you know that? Choji asked. If you have been in the Hokage's office enough times, then you tend to learn a few things. I see Aji-san quite a lot. Naruto replied. So is everyone okay with the plans? Sasuke asked. Everyone nodded in agreement before going their separate ways, leaving Team 7 alone. Wow, I can't believe that went so well. Sakura said after a few minutes of silence. Shikamaru and Shino seemed oddly suspicious about us. Everything that we said seemed to be questioned. From what I remember, Shikamaru barely wanted to do anything. Sasuke explained. We are going to have to be careful around him and Shino. Otherwise we would seem too suspicious. They might say something to the Hokage. We don't need all that, added another thing to our list, Naruto replied. Let's just go home and rest for the night. Tomorrow we can meet up early to train, before Kakashi shows up. Sasuke and Sakura agreed to meet the next morning, before the three of them left to head home. Naruto walked into his apartment. It was lonely here, that's why he liked to spend a lot of time with the others. Naruto was sure Sasuke was probably feeling the same way. Naruto sighed as he sat down on his bed. He needed to get into contact with Kurama. He hadn't heard from the fox at all since they have been back. It was slightly worrying him. Naruto crossed his legs and closed his eyes. Meditating was an easier way to get into contact with him. At least as of now. If Kurama didn't come back with them, then he was stuck with the old Kurama, who hates his guts. Naruto breathed in deeply before exhaling. Kurama's cage appeared in front of him. Good, he wouldn't have to walk through long water-filled hallways. Kurama, are you there? Naruto called into the darkness. Naruto waited for a few minutes, listening for anything. Kurama? Naruto called out again. This time Naruto heard deep breathing. Kit, is that you? A deep voice called out to him. Kurama, you came back with us. Naruto smiled. This made everything a lot better. I did come back with you, but there is something you should know. As I was doing the jutsu, I felt another presence at the last second. Kurama explained. What do you mean? Someone came back to the past with us? I think so. I felt extra chakra signatures flow through your body. It was last minute. I didn't know who it was. That's why I haven't been able to talk to you lately. It was a long trip. The jutsu took a lot out of me. 3 people wouldn't have made me this tired. There had to be at least 3 other chakra signatures, Kurama explained. Well, I am glad you got to come along. It helps me out. It couldn't have been an enemy. They were all dead. At least I think so. I didn't feel anyone there. Well, I guess we were all low on chakra. Naruto thought as he started to pace in front of Kyuubi's cage. I am sorry, Kit. It was so last minute that I couldn't even tell you who it was. I was too focused on the jutsu, the 9-tailed fox demon replied. It's alright, Kurama. I think I know who it might be. I will have to talk it over with Sasuke and Sakura tomorrow. Naruto explained. We can figure out where to go from there. Good idea, Kit. I should be able to talk to you outside your mindscape now. Okay, I will talk with you later then. I am exhausted already, and it's only the beginning. Naruto opened his eyes to find himself back in his apartment. That sure takes a load off my shoulders. Now for bed. Naruto mumbled as he started doing his evening routine. Tomorrow will be the start of Team 7's first day of being a Genin. It was early the next morning when Naruto walked into Training Ground 7. Since no one is here yet, I can train on my own for a bit. Naruto said to himself, before making 40 clones. Alright, I want 20 of you to work on tree climbing. The rest of you work on cutting those leaves. Naruto instructed as he pointed to a tree full of leaves. On it, boss. The clones replied in unison. Once the clones began working, Naruto started to stretch out his muscles, and started to think about his conversation he had with Kurama last night. If it's the 3 I am thinking of, then for now we should be okay. I need to make sure though. If I am wrong, then it will mess up everything, but if I am correct, then it will be an advantage for us. This is so frustrating. What if it was an enemy? Naruto paused in his thinking. I need to stop freaking out. I am making it worse than it actually is. I need to calm down. Naruto thought. That means for now I probably shouldn't tell Sakura or Sasuke. Naruto said out loud. Shouldn't tell us what? Sasuke's voice broke Naruto out of his thoughts. Naruto turned around to find Sasuke and Sakura watching him. How long had they been there? I must have been too busy with my thoughts to sense them. Oh, I was just thinking how maybe we should bring in Team Guy earlier than planned. Naruto lied. Though he was thinking about that. Naruto didn't want to stress either of them out. Since someone's possibly had come back with them. They already had enough to deal with right now. Maybe we should. Both Niji and Lee are really good taijutsu users. Sakura replied. Tenten is really good with weapons too. If I remember correctly, she was pretty strong. Sasuke nodded in agreement. It's not a bad idea to consider. I think we should at least go a few more weeks without them. It would be too overwhelming all at once. We can bring them in sometime before the wave mission. Which is in a couple of months? Yeah, I remember it was after a captured Tora. It was like our third time that week casing that cat. Naruto replied. The three of them shivered in unison. Every Genin team hated that mission. So what's with the clones? I thought you said you didn't want to use them too much right away? Sasuke asked. I know I said that, but as everyone knows, my chakra control sucks. If I can get it high enough, all of my jutsu will take less chakra. Naruto explained. Yes, because you run out of chakra all the time. Sasuke replied sarcastically. You have enough chakra to equal a Kage at 12, and your chakra capacity is still growing. Naruto rubbed the back of his head. I know that, it is why I can't learn certain jutsu as fast, because of my control. Alright guys, that's enough for now. Let's just get to training before Kakashi shows up. Sakura interrupted them as she dug in her ninja pouch for a scroll. With that in mind, Team 7 trained for a few hours before Kakashi showed up. They were making a great headway in their training. It was nearing 8 am, and the 3 members of Team 7 were taking a break. I bet you guys $10 that Kakashi will show up earlier than usual. Naruto suddenly said. You're on dope. There is no way Kakashi is showing up earlier. Why would he? Sasuke replied. I am with Sasuke on this, Naruto. There is no way Kakashi will be here in less than 2 hours. It's already been almost an hour. A few minutes later Kakashi arrived. Yo! Sorry I am late, a black cat crossed my path, so I had to take the long way around. Sasuke and Sakura grumbled as they pulled out the money and handed it to Naruto. I always forget how extremely lucky you are with bets. Sakura mumbled. I should have known. That bet was so out of nowhere. Sasuke commented. Well, now that we are all here, let's go get our first E-ranked mission. Kakashi said as he began to lead the way, his book already out. Sasuke and Sakura grumbled to each other all of the way to the tower. Naruto just grinned. They fell for it almost every time. Hey G-san. Iruka-sensei. Team 7 is here for our mission, Naruto shouted as he burst into the mission room. Hiruzen chuckled at Naruto's antics. Naruto sure made everything brighter. Hello Naruto, have you been doing well? Iruka greeted from his spot next to the third. I have, thanks for asking, Naruto replied before turning back to Hiruzen. Hello Naruto, I think I have a few missions for your team. Let me see, there is clearing out a garden, painting a fence, and shopping for some villagers. The third Hokage read from the list of D-rank missions. Hiruzen could have sworn he heard a long sigh from every single member of Team 7. We will take all 3 and be back later. Naruto exclaimed. Now Naruto, did you even ask your teammates or Kakashi if that was okay? Iruka asked. Well, I know Sasuke and Sakura were okay with it. Naruto turned to Kakashi. Can we do all 3 missions please? We can get them done faster this way. Naruto begged. Alright, we can take all 3 of them. Kakashi replied from behind his orange book. Yes. Hand them over G-san, we will get them done in no time. Naruto declared. Calm down dope. Sasuke told his best friend, as the third Hokage handed Kakashi the mission files. I am calm Sasuke team. I know you want to get these boring missions out of the way just as much as I do. Naruto replied as Team 7 was leaving the mission office. Once they were standing outside the tower, did Kakashi talk. Okay, which one do you guys want to do first? All of them. With my Kage Bunshin, then they will be done in no time. Naruto explained. Naruto, these missions are designed to be for teamwork. You can't just do them all yourself. Kakashi replied. Kakashi, our team already has good teamwork. This is a way faster method in getting them all done. If we accomplish a lot of them, we can get higher missions sooner. We all know you don't want to be stuck watching us do boring D-rank missions, Sasuke said. Each of us can take one, and Naruto can send clones with Sasuke and I so that we get them done. In a way we are all still working together. Sakura added. Kakashi sighed. His team really liked to be complex. Fine, that is what we will do then. Kakashi complied. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. Naruto shouted as many Narutos appeared. Let's get started. It had been a long 2 weeks of boring missions and training. It became a sort of routine for Team 7. Today though was another get-together with the other genin they graduated with. Everyone had already arrived and was doing their usual thing. Sasuke, Shikamaru and Shino were playing shogi. At least for now, They normally joined in with the spars after a while. Hinata was sparring with Ino and Sakura. Sometimes they would all switch partners up, Choji, Kiba and Naruto under a tree, resting after a long spar, which Naruto won, once again. Hey Naruto, can I ask you a question? Kiba asked when there was a long pause in their conversation. Sure, what's on your mind? Naruto asked. Well, I just was wondering. How strong are you? I have seen you use elemental jutsus already. My mom told me that most shinobi don't even start their element training till at least Chunin. Kiba explained. Well, I guess I am not like most shinobi. I have tons of chakra. Naruto replied. I am pretty good with taijutsu already, and combined with my Kage Bunshin, that's already a good combination that works for me. So I add in my elemental training to change it up. Kiba nodded and paused for a minute. Do you think you could help me find out what my element is? Kiba asked. Sure, I have a pack of chakra paper if you want to try now. Naruto answered. Hey Naruto, do you think I could find out what mine is too? Choji interrupted. Of course you can, Choji. Naruto replied as he dug a scroll out of his pocket. Naruto opened the scroll and applied chakra to it. A package of a cream-colored paper appeared. Hey, anyone else want to know what their element? Naruto called out to the others. I have always wanted to know what mine is, Ino replied as she began to walk over to him with Hinata and Sakura not far behind. We should probably go over there too, Shikamaru stated. They might cause mass destruction to the training grounds. Once everyone gathered closer, Naruto handed each person a small square of paper. Now all you have to do is push your chakra into the paper. If it rips in half, your element is wind. If this begins to burn away, then your element is fire. If it gets wet, it is water. If it wrinkles, your element is lightning, and finally if your paper turns to dirt and crumbles away, your element is earth. Naruto explained to the genin. Here Naruto, Sasuke and I can demonstrate for you, Sakura said, as she lifted her chakra paper up so everyone could see it. Sakura sent chakra through her body to the paper. After a few seconds the paper started to crumble away. So you have earth then? Hinata said, once Sakura's paper disappeared. Sakura replied yes, before nodding at Sasuke to go next. Sasuke infused his paper with chakra. Sasuke's paper wrinkled before starting to burn away. If you are like me, then you might have two elements early. Most shinobi have their second element trained by the time they are jonin. Sasuke explained before turning to Naruto, to indicate that he could go next. Naruto sent his chakra into the paper. Like it did the first time, Naruto watched his paper split in half. What shocked a few was when a few seconds later one side of the paper became wet. Wow, I didn't even know you had a second chakra nature. I thought you just had wind. Sakura commented. Yeah, it was a last-minute thing. I just found out recently. Naruto explained. I want to go next. I just know I am going to get two. Kiba shouted as he sent chakra to the paper. A few seconds later Kiba's paper started to crumble away. Looks like you only got one, dog breath, Naruto joked once the paper fully disappeared. It appears Choji and I have the same as you, Kiba, Shino stated. His chakra paper was nowhere in sight. Choji looked pretty satisfied, and was now eating a bag of chips. I got earth too, Choji simply said before reaching in his bag of chips. I want to go now, Ino exclaimed as she sent chakra into the small paper. Ino's paper began to get soggy. Oh gross, that feels weird, Ino cried out as she dropped the paper. Hinata followed suit, her paper did the same as Ino's. I got water as well, Hinata mumbled to the group. She was getting better at talking to everyone without shuddering. Okay, Shikamaru, it's your turn, Naruto said, as everyone turned to the lazy Nara who had yet to do anything troublesome. Shikamaru sent chakra into the square paper just like everyone else had. It was only a moment later that the paper caught on fire. Well, that's everyone, why don't we all train in elements for a while? I have a few water scrolls on me. I know Sasuke always carries a few fire, and Sakura just got a scroll that contains earth jutsu. Naruto explained. That's a great idea, Kiba shouted. Once I get a few jutsu down, I will finally be able to kick your ass. I don't think you could beat Naruto, even if your element could win over his. The first few times he fought you, he didn't even use any wind jutsus, Shino explained. Thanks Shino, I really appreciate the encouragement, Kiba replied sarcastically. Don't worry about it, Kiba. I am sure one day you will be able to win against me. You are really strong too, Naruto said, trying to cheer Kiba up. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses. Even me. Like for example, I totally suck at genjutsu. The most I can do is dispel it. Another weakness I have is that I always let my emotions get the best of me. Shinobi are not supposed to show emotion in battle. Sadly, I can't help it, Naruto explained. That's not all either. I like to save anyone I can, even if they are my enemy at first. I like to believe I can save anyone from the darkness and bring them into the light. I will always be willing to save anyone who needs my help, even to those who does not want my help at first. The training grounds were quiet. All anyone could do was look at Naruto, speechless. I have never understood how you do that. At least I know I was never the only one, Shikamaru said, speaking out what he was thinking. Indeed, you always sound inspiring when you get like that, Shino commented. Naruto turned to them. What do you mean? This is the first time I have said anything inspiring, as you say. Both Shino and Shikamaru tensed. Naruto's eyes widened. He was correct. He knew who it was. Naruto grinned. Now all he needed was the third person. He was glad they were alright in the end. Thought the conversation will have to wait. No worries, I have probably done this before in front of you guys. I must have forgotten. Naruto replied smoothly as he rubbed the back of his head. Hey! Why don't we start that training? Sakura's voice broke through the tense atmosphere that had started to build up. Sakura quickly shared a look with Sasuke. Something was up, and they were going to find out, and soon too. The group of Genin had been training for over 2 hours. Everyone was improving at a fast rate too. Naruto wondered why no one realized how much potential the Konoha 12 really had. If someone had tried this the first time, all of us would have been even stronger than we were the first time. Naruto thought as he watched everyone train together. Both Shikamaru and Shino kept glancing in his direction several times throughout the 2 hours. It was now getting late. The sun had already begun to set, and if you looked close enough you could see a few stars. Naruto was just about to tell everyone that it was getting late, when Neji came walking into the training grounds. Hinata-sama, your father sent me to find you. He expected you to be home an hour ago. Neji explained when he came to a stop. I am sorry, Neji and Ayase, Hinata replied as she gathered her things so she could leave. What are you all doing here? Neji asked a few seconds later. We're training together. What does it look like we are doing? Naruto replied as he stepped in front of Neji. Naruto watched him carefully. Besides, Team Guy was supposed to be added to the group soon. He had to get Neji to agree somehow. I don't think I have ever heard of a bunch of Genin training together, at least not all 9 of you. Neji said, looking over Naruto. Naruto grinned. This was perfect timing to do a little test. This would narrow down his list. So Neji, I heard around the village that your team consists of the strongest Genin in Konoha. Do you think your team could maybe have a little spar with me and my team? Naruto asked the Hyuga. My team is pretty strong. What makes you believe that your team could match up against mine? Neji replied, keeping his eyes on Naruto. There was something going on. I know what my team can do. Naruto began. I see now, you're one of those Hyuga that believes in fate. Where you think that destiny controls us, right? You don't think Team 7 can handle it. We must appear like a bunch of losers to you. Naruto added. The way Neji replied would either prove he was right, or prove that he was wrong. Neji smirked as if he knew the game Naruto was playing. I don't believe in fate. An old friend of mine once told me that you can make your own path. People can choose their own destiny by their own actions. Naruto heard a collected gasp from behind him. So the others are finally catching on. Naruto grinned, just like he thought. That's some friend you have. He seems like a really smart guy. I would love to meet him someday. Naruto replied with a foxy grin. Neji chuckled. I think you two would get along well. Your personality is very similar. Before Naruto could reply, Kiba interrupted. I need to head home. My mom will kill me if I stay out too long. This conversation also confuses me. So I think it's a good idea if I just go. Kiba said. Akamura barked in agreement. The small dog wanted to go home too. Yeah, I'd better get home too. My dad will be worried if I am out too late. Ino explained. Come on, Choji, you can walk me there. Ino told the chubby boy. Sure, Ino, but what about Shikamaru? Shouldn't he come with us too? Choji asked. Don't worry about it, Choji. I have to ask Naruto something. Shikamaru replied to his best friend. Ino and Choji said goodbye, before leaving the training grounds to head home. Hinata-sama, why don't you go on ahead? I don't want your father to be angry with you. Neji told his cousin. Okay, Hinata replied. She knew something was going on, but at the moment the rest of them weren't allowed to know. Once Hinata had left the training grounds, Sakura turned to Naruto. Okay, I need to know what the hell is going on, Naruto? Naruto rubbed the back of his head nervously. This part of the conversation was going to be troublesome. Well, you see, it all started when Kurama told me that he felt other chakra signatures attached to ours when we left from the future. I didn't tell you because I thought it would have stressed you out. I have thought about it since I found out. There was only one group that came to my mind. One that I knew could have possibly gotten there at the last second. Naruto explained. Isn't that right? Naruto turned to Shikamaru, Shino, and Neji. So tell me what happened. Shikamaru sighed. Yes, it was us. We were trapped in that base for 2 months. Sadly, Sai died the day we broke out. He tried to hold the last remaining ninja off so we could get away. After we escaped, the 3 of us went searching for you. Since the 3 of us were injured, it took a while to travel. Shikamaru explained. When we finally found you, it was in a war-torn battlefield. I was about to call out to you, but all of a sudden we felt a large buildup of chakra. We didn't know what you were doing, but we had to find out. So we walked up to the 3 of you. Your eyes were closed, but the chakra was getting stronger. I don't think you could hear anything. The 3 of us were holding each other up by the time we got there. We weren't at our full strength. I had a broken leg, and Shino had a few broken ribs. Shikamaru went to shake Sasuke's shoulder to get your guys' attention. As soon as Shikamaru's hand made contact, all of our chakra began to get sucked out. I remember blacking out after that. When I woke up, I found myself in the Hyuga compound. Niji clarified. I also woke up in my home at the Aburaim compound. I was confused at first. Until I started to think about what happened before we left. Only you, Naruto, could have somehow figured out a way for us to be sent back to the past. Shino said, as told his part of the story. At first I wasn't sure if you were actually you. Shikamaru said. I started suspecting it was you from the future, when you invited us to the very first picnic get-together. You were also way too nice to Sasuke. Wow, I wasn't expecting this at all. Being back is a lot to soak in, isn't it? Sakura finally replied. It was at first, but then again I am not like Naruto, who can express his feelings easily. Shikamaru chuckled. Everyone else but Naruto nodded in agreement. Hey, I don't think there is anything wrong about missing everyone. I mean, they all died. Naruto replied, with a serious look. His blue eyes dimmed a bit. We all know, though. That's part of the reason we are all here in the first place. Sasuke commented. So Hyuga, are you going to be bringing your team along next Sunday? Yeah, Niji, you guys should come. Since you are you from the future, it makes my job a lot easier. I don't have to knock some sense into you this time. Naruto added. I guess we could come, you know how Lee is. He loves to spar with anyone. Niji replied. What has everyone been working on? Well, the first 2 times we got together, we only did a few spars. Though we did do element training today, and that went really well. Naruto explained. I figured you would probably join these 3, in shogi. Naruto pointed to Sasuke, Shikamaru and Shino. Who I like to call the supposed geniuses, Naruto said as he made air quotes around geniuses. Supposed geniuses? Sasuke, Shino and Niji asked in unison. Yeah, you know the 3 of you are the quiet/genius/cool one of the each team. Naruto replied. That's what everyone else called you in the first timeline. Really, Naruto, that's how you explain it. Sakura said. What are the rest of us supposed to be then? Oh, I know, Sasuke began. Kiba, Ino, Lee and you, Naruto, are the loud/obnoxious/hyper one of the teams. Yeah, and Hinata, Choji, Tenten and Sakura are the peacekeepers/nice/not good if angered. Shikamaru added. That all sounds about right, it matches each one of their personalities almost perfectly. Shino commented. Sure they do, but I think all of you need us loud ones. Naruto replied. Who else would be able to deal with your guy's silent nature? Only us, of course, we all balance each other out. You are doing it again, you really must not realize that you do it. Sakura said. What do you mean? Do what? She is talking about how you make everything sound positive. You also start going on a rant that for some reason, it causes others to pay attention to. It's only in moments like these that you don't sound stupid. You also didn't say anything negative about anyone. You have always accepted the way you are, and how everyone else is. Sasuke answered. Oh, well, it just happens. Naruto grinned sheepishly, as he rubbed the back of his head. It was a minute later that Naruto added, Hey, I am not stupid, Sasuke team. Troublesome. I think we should call it a night. We can go over plans another time. I really don't want to deal with anything else right now. Shikamaru stated before Sasuke could reply to Naruto. Good idea. Hinata might be a little worried if I stay out too long, after sending her ahead. Niji replied. Oh yeah, we meet every Sunday at 1 p.m. Unless your team is on a long-term mission. Sakura explained. I will see all of you at the next gathering then. Shino said before walking out of the training grounds. Shikamaru and Niji soon followed suit a few minutes later. Once the 2 of them were gone, Sakura turned to Naruto. I can't believe you didn't tell us sooner. What if it wasn't them that had come with us? What if it was an enemy? Naruto, you can't always place everything on your shoulders. We are here to help too, I know that, and I am sorry for not telling you guys. I thought it would be easier not to tell you. Naruto replied. It's fine, Dobe, don't worry about it. Let's all just go home. I don't want to deal with anything else tonight either. Sasuke said as he hid a yawn behind his hand. The 3 bid each other goodbye, before leaving the training grounds just like the others had. 1 week later. Where are we going, Niji? You didn't tell us anything, beside to meet up with you. Tenten asked, as Lee and Tenten followed Niji. Last week, our team was invited to train with this year's graduate Genin. I couldn't say no, they have great potential. Niji replied. Oh, how youthful they sound. I can't wait to see their flames of youth. Lee shouted for everyone in Konoha to hear. Lee, you need to calm down. What if they think your shouting is unyouthful? Niji asked. Niji didn't know why he didn't try this before. It definitely made Lee calm down. Right, I am sorry. Where are we meeting them? Lee replied. Training Ground 7, they meet there every Sunday. Niji explained. Team Guy walked into Training Ground 7 a few minutes later. Everyone else was already there. Like Naruto said, Shikamaru, Shino and Sasuke were playing shogi. Well, 2 of them were, the other was watching. Hinata, Sakura and Ino were talking not far away under the shade of a tree. Naruto was sitting in the middle of the training grounds, both Kiba and Choji standing around him. They were probably trying to figure out what he was doing. Hey Niji! I was wondering when your team would show up. Naruto called to him, as he opened his eyes and stood up. Yeah, sorry we are a little late. These are my teammates Lee and Tenten. Neji introduced. So Naruto, do you still want out teams to spar against each other? Neji asked. Sure. I am sure Sasuke and Sakura are up for it. Hey, why don't we have a team tournament? All 4 teams can participate. Naruto replied. That sounds like fun. We should do it. Kiba agreed. I guess it doesn't sound too bad. Choji added. Hey guys, do you want to do a team tournament? Kiba asked the others. A team tournament? Who started this? Naruto? Sasuke replied. Come on team, it will be fun. We can see who the strongest team is. Naruto said. That isn't a bad idea. Shino commented. Troublesome, I have a feeling this might become a big argument. Shikamaru stated. I think it is a youthful idea. Lee suddenly cried out. Naruto, I don't want to spar today. We had a 3-for-all yesterday during training. Sakura said. I don't really want either. I wanted to work on element training. Ino added. I don't know. Hinata mumbled. Well, if it's okay with you, Tenten. Do you think you could sit out with the rest of the girls? We can do just guys from each team. Otherwise, if you joined, the teams would be uneven. Naruto explained. I guess I could. Tenten replied as she walked over to the other girls to introduce herself. Naruto turned back to the guys. Alright, how do you guys want to do the tournament? Naruto, I didn't say anything about agreeing. Shikamaru replied. I can just see the mass destruction the training ground will have when we are all done. Shikamaru, it is a training grounds. Neji stated. Troublesome. Fine, I will go along with this tournament thing. Shikamaru finally agreed. Why don't we do Neji and Lee versus Kiba and Shino as the first match? Then the second match can be Choji and Shikamaru versus Naruto and I. Sasuke suggested. That sounds like a good idea. Then the winners of those matches can fight each other. If they are able to continue anyways. Naruto replied. Troublesome, I guess this is uneatable. We can do it, Shikamaru, don't worry. Choji said. I know, but it is going to be tough. Naruto and Sasuke are really strong, Shikamaru replied. Let's get started then, I am ready for this. Kiba cried. Arf. Akamaru barked in agreement. YOSH. I cannot wait. Our flames of youth burns brightly. Lee shouted. Naruto laughed. This is going to be a day to remember. Kiba quit shouting. We are fighting first, and I don't want you to get cocky about it. Lee and Neji have a year of training over us. Shino told his loud teammate. Sorry, Kiba grumbled. He didn't know why Shino had to be so serious all the time. Can you guys start the tournament already? We're getting old over here. Ino yelled at them. Naruto, Sasuke, Shikamaru and Choji walked over to the tree line not too far from the girls, so that the sparring tournament could start. So, no bets? Naruto asked, turning to the others. No way, I learned the hard way last time. You have too good of luck. I always lose. Shikamaru replied. I am not betting with you there, Dobe. I know how you are, and Choji, I would advise you to not bet against Naruto. He is overly lucky on anything. Sasuke said. You guys are just jealous. Naruto replied as he turned to watch the fight. Shino and Kiba stood across from Lee and Neji, in training round 7. Shino knew they were going to have a tough time. Unlike Kiba, he also knew how fast Lee was. Neji was from the future, he had no doubt that Neji had trained even more than normal. Just like everyone else who came from the future had, Kiba and Lee slid into taijutsu stances, while Shino readied his bugs. Neji activated his Byakugan before sliding into the gentle fist taijutsu stance. In a split second, Lee was charging towards Kiba, and Neji wasn't far behind him. Kiba blocked Lee's first punch, but barely could keep up with Lee's speed. Shino jumped back and sent out millions of bugs from his coat sleeves. Neji kated through the bugs, killing a lot of them as soon as they made contact with his chakra barrier. Neji knew how most of Shino's techniques worked, just like how Shino knew his. The only thing Shino could think of was to surprise Neji with the few earth element jutsus he knew. Kiba was starting to have a really hard time keeping up with Lee. Akamaru, who was transformed as him, would attack him Lee on one side, while he attacked from another direction. It worked at first, but Lee was just faster. Fong over Fong! Kiba shouted, as he and Akamaru began to spin at a fast speed towards Lee. Lee tried to jump away from the attack. He didn't get away fast enough, and was grazed in the side. That should have slowed him down. Kiba thought as he and Akamaru stood across from Lee. Shino noticed that Neji's movements began to slow down a little. So his bugs had finally started taking effect to Neji's chakra reserves. Guess it was time to use some new tricks. Neji headed for Shino. His Gentile fist style was for close distances, and Shino knew that. That is why Shino was keeping his distance. Shino suddenly slammed his hands to the ground, and Neji's eyes widened in surprise. Earth release. Earth pillar prison, 2 voices shouted in unison. Both Shino and Kiba had shouted out the jutsu's name. Neji hadn't been paying any attention to Kiba and Lee's part of the fight, so they both knew the jutsu. All of a sudden, tons of earth pillars circled around Neji, and he noticed that there were a few earth pillars appearing in Lee's way. That's it, I am tired of this, Neji said, as he used Katen to break through the pillars around him. Wow! How youthful the two of you are! Lee shouted. I was not expecting that at all. Kiba was breathing hard, next to a panting Akamaru. Kiba was running out of chakra. He had forgotten that the jutsu took a lot of chakra. It also didn't help that Kiba's chakra control wasn't very good either. Shino wasn't faring much better than Kiba. A good portion of his bugs had died. He didn't have as many bugs as he did in the future. Kiba, I think it is wise for us to forfeit, Shino said a few minutes later. Yeah, I don't think I could go much longer, Kiba replied. Is that okay with you too? Kiba asked the male members of Team Guy. Sure, you guys were a good fight though. Maybe next time. Niji acknowledged. Naruto tells me that every time I lose. Kiba responded. YOSH. Our spar was very youthful. We should fight again soon. So that way we can all show our flames of youth. Lee shouted. Sure, Lee, Kiba replied with a chuckle. The four of them turned to the others on the sidelines. That was awesome. I can't wait until Sasuke and I fight you. Naruto exclaimed. Troublesome, how do you know you two will win? Shikamaru asked. That's easy. Naruto has enough chakra to fill every single one of us, and then still be ready to go. Then and me, we're both quite a team when we want to be. Sasuke replied. You're acting way too nice, Uchiha. Someone got some sense beaten into them by a certain blonde ninja. Niji stated. Shut up, it happened to you too. Sasuke grumbled out. What the heck are you guys talking about? Ino asked. Yeah, are you talking about Ino or Naruto? Tenten added. Naruto was about to interrupt, when a voice stopped him. Hey Kit, what's going on? Kurama's voice asked. We're just sparring with each other. Nothing big right now. Oh, Shikamaru, Niji and Shino were the three that came back with us. I know, Kit. I can see you through your eyes and memories, remember. Then why did you ask me what was going on? Naruto asked. Just for my personal enjoyment. I don't always look through your memories. I was asleep earlier. Well, I am going to be fighting next, but I think Sasuke and I can take down Shikamaru and Choji. Shikamaru will probably get lazy and want to forfeit, so he doesn't have to fight again. That sounds about right. Well, you probably should be paying attention, you're spacing out. Your friends have been calling you for 2 minutes now. Oh crap, thanks a lot Kurama, I will chat with you later. Naruto said before going back to paying attention to the others. Hey Naruto, Naruto. Kiba called out to him. What? Why are you all staring at me? Naruto asked when he noticed everyone was watching him. You zoned out and didn't talk for 5 whole minutes. Sakura replied. Oh, well, sorry, I was thinking about something. Naruto answered as he rubbed the back of his head. Does it hurt? Kiba joked. You know it kind of did. I had to think about all the things I have to help you with. Naruto explained. Can we just start our spar now? Choji interrupted. Of course, Choji. I am ready whenever the rest of you are. Naruto replied. What a drag, let's get this over with. Shikamaru mumbled as he walked towards the middle of the training ground with Choji right behind him. Come on, team. We have to kick their butts before we can fight Niji and Lee. Naruto told his teammate. Sasuke didn't answer Naruto, as he too walked towards the middle of the training grounds. Naruto and Sasuke now stood across from Shikamaru and Choji. Shikamaru and Choji were used to working together. Sasuke and Naruto were going to have to be careful. After all, Shikamaru was a genius. He was probably already on his 20th strategy. The battle was started as soon as both Sasuke and Naruto noticed Shikamaru's shadow stretch towards them. They both jumped apart and away from the shadows that were chasing them. Naruto jumped away just as Choji came rolling towards him at a high speed. Crap, Shikamaru's trying to distract us. Naruto mumbled as he moved out of the way once more. Shadow Clone Jutsu. Naruto yelled, as 20 Narutos appeared into existences. All of the clones ran towards Choji, who had stopped rolling. Sasuke was in a small taijutsu match with Shikamaru. If Sasuke kept the Nara from using hand signs, then he couldn't trap him in shadow. Troublesome. I knew this battle would end up like this. Shikamaru grumbled, as he blocked another kick from Sasuke. Shikamaru jumped away from Sasuke, only to be attacked by a few Naruto clones that were attacking from behind. Wind style, great breakthrough. Naruto called out the jutsu's name. The high gust of wind pushed Choji back and into Shikamaru, who had just finished off a few clones. Shikamaru and Choji got out up quickly. Choji began to do hand signs. Partial expansion jutsu. Choji's arms stretched out towards Sasuke and Naruto. Sasuke hurried through hand signs, as Naruto began to do the same. Fire style, great fireball jutsu. Wind style, great breakthrough jutsu. The fire and wind combination burst into life, soaring towards Choji's stretched out hands. As soon as Choji eyed it coming, he brought his arms back and jumped away with Shikamaru. The attacks soon dissipated, leaving a huge scorched mark on the ground. I am glad we jumped away from that. Things would have gotten troublesome, Shikamaru said. Sasuke and Naruto ran at them a few seconds later, starting a taijutsu match again. All 4 of them exchanging blows with one another. It was 10 minutes later that Shikamaru spoke up. He was getting tired of this. Okay, we're forfeiting. I don't want to keep fighting the 2 of you. Choji and I obviously won't win. It is easily to tell that the 2 of you are holding back, Shikamaru said. I also don't want to fight with Niji and Lee. Yeah, I am okay with forfeiting. I am getting really tired, Choji added. Naruto shrugged. Okay, I guess I figured you would ended up forfeiting anyways. Sasuke nodded in agreement. He was looking forward to fighting with Niji and Lee. The four of them walked back over to the edge of the training grounds. I can't believe you guys give up? You could have tried harder. Ino yelled at Shikamaru and Choji. Ino, you weren't even out there. Do you think you could have won if you fought Naruto and Sasuke? Shikamaru asked. I guess not. Ino replied as she blushed in embarrassment. Wow, so youthful. Our spar will be joyous. Lee exclaimed. Lee, calm down. We can't start right away. We are going to take a break. Naruto said. Okay. Lee agreed. The group all sat together, talking about training and missions, when all four of their senseis appeared. Kakashi-sensei, what are you guys doing here? Sakura asked. Well, we have heard about your guys have been training together on Sundays. Kakashi replied. You guys do check on us, sometimes when we get together. Well, not Guy until today. Naruto stated. You knew we were watching you? Kurenai asked, surprised that they were spotted. Of course we did. You guys don't really hide your chakra. Sasuke explained. So what were you guys going to say? Hinata questioned. We wanted to test you guys as a group. Asuma answered. As a group, what do you mean? Tenten asked. In 1 week, all 12 are going to fight the 4 of us. We are going to test how well you guys fight as a group. The third Hokage is quite interested in this. Kakashi explained. That's new, I haven't ever heard about this. Niji responded. So we're being tested to see how well the 12 of us work as a team? Shikamaru asked. Exactly, the Hokage hasn't said anything about what happens if you do well. Though I don't think all 12 of you can work as a team, it's never been heard before. Kakashi explained. I think you are wrong, Kakashi. I bet the 12 of us can work well together. We might all even surprise you a little. We are a lot stronger than you think. Naruto said determined. I will see it when I believe it. So we will let you have 1 week to prepare. No missions until then. We will leave all of you alone and let you work out a strategy. Asuma added. It sounds like a youthful idea. Lee shouted. Yes, Lee, let your flames of youth soar. Guy shouted back. Thank you, Gi-sensei. If we cannot test our limits, then I will do 1,000 push UPS and run 1,000 lamps around Konoha. That is so youthful of you, Lee. Guy shouted back. Thank you, Gi-sensei. Lee, Gi-sensei, Lee, Gi-sensei. Oh my god, please tell me I am not watching this. Ino commented. Oh, you are, Sakura replied. The sunset background began to show behind the hugging student and sensei. Look away, hurry. Niji told the others. You will be caught in it. Everyone looked away from them just in time. They finally separated a minute later. Now, since that's over, we will see all of you in a week, Kakashi said just before he disappeared in a puff of smoke. The other senseis nodding goodbye and they too left the training grounds. Well, that was interesting. Shino spoke up first. This sounds like a troublesome situation. Shikamaru added. So we have the whole week off to train for this should be easy. Kiba said. No, it isn't. They are elite jounin. We are just genin. Tenten replied. Especially Kakashi and Guy, they are rumored to be the strongest jounin in Konoha. Oh. Well, all we have to do is work together. Kiba reasoned. Kiba, all 12 of us are a lot to work around. The 4 of them have an easier chance. Shikamaru explained. Let's work on a plan then. We need someone to lead the group. That person has to know how everyone works, and can't let it go to their head. Sasuke suggested. That's a good idea, but who? Tenten, Lee and I haven't worked with any of you, so if we go by your rules, all 3 of us are out. Niji replied. Shikamaru is really smart, maybe he should do it. Choji offered. Shikamaru isn't a bad idea. Shino acknowledged. Yeah, but I have someone better in mind. I may be smart, but I know one person who can think of a plan in the middle of a battle in seconds. Shikamaru replied. Who? Hinata asked for everyone. Naruto, I think he should lead us. Shikamaru answered. Naruto. Ino, Kiba, Tenten, Choji, Lee and Hinata asked in unison. The others didn't have a problem with it. After all, they were from the future and knew how Naruto was with battles. I guess I could. I have been thinking about it. If we are going to do this, then we are training all week except for the day before the match. Naruto explained. Everyone is going to work with everyone. That way, if they try to split us all up, we can always work together with anyone in the group. I believe there is more to this fight than we actually know. Wow, that's actually a good idea. How did you think of it? Kiba asked. Well, it's a good strategy. We have to take them by surprise. Especially if we want to at least last more than an hour fighting them off. We don't know idea if they will start easy and be holding back. There is no way they would go all out just for a test though. Niji and Tenten, I think it is a good idea if we find out your elements, Naruto explained. This is weird. Naruto's whole demeanor changed in an instant. I have never seen him like this. Ino whispered to Sakura. It happens when he is in charge of a mission. Get used to it. I think he might be leading more often. I figured you would have known this by now, considering all the get-togethers, Sakura replied to her blonde friend. Naruto pulled out a few chakra papers and handed them to Niji and Tenten. Sorry, Lee, I know you can't use chakra. Though I know you will get stronger with your taijutsu while the others practice their elements. I will even spar with you, if you want. Naruto told the miniature guy clone. It's okay, Naruto-san. I do not mind, I will be glad to spar with you. Lee replied. Naruto nodded, and turned to Niji and Tenten who were testing their element. Niji's was sliced in half, and Tenten's paper was wrinkled up. Wow, I was not expecting that. Naruto replied. Now I am not the only wind user, out of the group. Naruto pulled out a few scrolls from hidden pockets in his jacket. He handed them to Niji. Sasuke did the same as Naruto, but handed the scrolls he had to Tenten. Okay, well I guess our spar will have to be another day. We have to be prepared for this match. I am going to try to see if I can find more about it. So we all should probably get going home for the night. Tomorrow we all can meet up here at 8 for training. Naruto explained to everyone. Alright, we will be here tomorrow then. Kiba agreed. I have to clean the kennels for my mom anyways. With that, Kiba left with Akumaru right behind him. After Kiba left, everyone else started leaving the training grounds, all hoping they would get strong enough to team up against the Jonin. Naruto was the last one to leave the training grounds, heading towards the Hokage's office. He needed to figure out what was going on. This never happened the first time. Though the first time, none of them actually trained together like they were doing now. Naruto knocked at the Hokage's office door. He needed answers. The third is one of the few people who could actually give him the answers he needed. Come in, Hiruzen Sarutobi's voice called from the other side. Naruto opened the door, with a foxy grin. Hey G, how have you been? Naruto asked. I am doing well, thank you for asking, and how are you, Naruto-kun? The third asked the short blonde boy. I am doing great, G. I have been training a lot. Soon I will be able to get that awesome pointy hat of yours off your hands. Hiruzen chuckled. Maybe so, Naruto, but what are you actually here for? Of course he would figure it out, he is the Hokage. Naruto thought as he rubbed the back of his head. Well, you see, G, I have been inviting all of my friends to train together on Sundays. We always have a fun time. Naruto began. The third Hokage nodded at Naruto to go on. Today our senseis showed up out of the blue. They told us that you wanted to test how good of teamwork we all had together. I just don't understand. I have never heard of a group that large fighting together in one team. Naruto explained. Sarutobi cleared his throat. He should have seen this coming. After all, he was having his own concerns about Naruto. I understand your confusion, Naruto. You see, your senseis didn't know why all of you were training together one day a week. Today you even had Guy's team come along. It was just uncommon. All 4 top Genin teams of Konoha were training together. The third replied. Cut the crap, G, that's not it at all. You are just trying to distract me. If you tell me what is really going on. Naruto gulped. The others were probably going to kill him later. Then I will share some top secret information of my own. Naruto responded. The third's eyebrow rose in interest. What could Naruto actually know that was top secret? Sarutobi wondered. Alright, Naruto, I will tell you. You probably want those umbu gone and the privacy seals up then. Naruto replied before the third could start explaining anything. Hiruzen flicked his wrist, signaling the hidden umbu to leave the room. Once the umbu were gone, the third made a hand sign to activate the privacy seals. It seems we have a lot to talk about, Naruto, the Hokage said as he looked the boy over. We sure do, G, it might take a while. Naruto replied as leaned against the wall. This would definitely take a while. 1 week later, the Konoha 12 all stood in training ground 7. All of them were waiting for their senseis to show up. The 12 of them had trained all week. Sure, they didn't make a huge improvement. It had only been a week. Every single one of them could work with anyone on the team, though it was quite obvious who worked better together. Alright guys, today is the day we fight together against our senseis. They will probably not go all out unless we make them. They will probably underestimate us at first. Do not let that affect you. With all of us working together, we all should do fine. Naruto explained to the others. We can definitely do it. Kiba shouted. We all trained for this. Akamura barked in agreement with his partner. This day will be youthful. If we do not win, then I will do 1,000 push-ups and then I will climb up and down the Hokage monument with boulders strapped to my back. Lee exclaimed. Did you ever figure out why they wanted to test the 12 of us as a team? Sasuke turned to Naruto. I did find out why, and it's actually not a bad reason. We have been training all week, so I forgot to tell you. After outspar, I will tell all of you. Naruto replied. Everyone nodded in understanding. They were all ready for this test of teamwork. The group had gone over a few strategies for their fight. Which strategy are we using for this? Hinata asked shyly. She didn't have her shudder and more, though she still spoke quietly. Well, I have to say our best bet is to take them out one by one. Have a few of us distract the other, while the rest take on Sensei at a time, until there is only one left. They will probably be using their own teamwork as well. Shikamaru answered. I think Guy and Kakashi are going to be our toughest opponents, and I would say Kurenai is the weakest out of the 4 of them. Since most of us are more combat-styled fighters, we can overpower her. Niji added. That's true, so who should be the ones that distracts? Choji asked. Our best bet is to have Naruto as a detractor. He can make tons of clones. Shino commented. The others agreed, even Naruto. Okay, and who else? We can have all of our heavy hitters as distractors, but the distractors have to be strong enough to keep the other three distracted. Tenten said, "Why don't we trade out with one another?" Sakura suggested. "Good idea, Sakura." Ino replied, "Okay, here is how we are going to do it." Shikamaru began as he wrote in the dirt so that everyone would understand. It was an hour later when their senseis showed up, but they weren't alone. A few other shinobi must have heard about this test. Naruto recognized each of them. Enko, Genma, Izumo, Kotetsu, and even Irika were with there. A few seconds later the third Hokage appeared in the training grounds. "What's the big deal? Why are there more of you? We aren't fighting all of you, are we? That's a little much, don't you think? Gee, you never said anything about there being others in this test." Naruto said, "We are just here to watch, Gaki." Enko replied before anyone else could. "There is a bet going around for this." Kotetsu added, "The odds are that the 12 of you won't last an hour." Izumo responded, "Irika here is the only one who bet against it. He thinks the 12 of you will win." Genma said, chewing as he chewed on his saban. "Thanks for believing in us, Irika-sensei, we will make you proud." Naruto replied, "Yeah, the 12 of us are better than all of you think." Sasuke bragged, "Don't think just because we are Genin that we will lose. It's 12 versus 4, even if they are Jounin." Niji stated, "Let's just to this already." Ino interrupted. The crowd that came to watch walked to the edge of the training grounds along with the Hokage. "Are the 12 of you ready for this?" Kurenai asked. "We were born ready." Kiba shouted. "We won't give up," Hinata added. All 12 of them slid into different taijutsu stances, almost simultaneously. The 4 Jounin slid into their own stances. Phase 1. Was all Naruto said, before making 1,000 shadow clones. All of them started towards all 4 Jounin at once, as soon as they appeared. The shadow clones covered the 12 Genin. Wow, that's amazing. To be able to make that many shadow clones and still be able to move. Genma commented on the sidelines. The other 4 other shinobi nodded in agreement. The Hokage chuckled. This was certainly going to be a good match. The 4 Jounin made quick work with the shadow clones. The clones were soon all dispelled. The moment the last one disappeared was when the Genin made their move. Naruto and Sasuke headed towards Asuma, for now they needed to distract him so that he couldn't go help Kurenai. Niji and Kiba ran towards Guy. They were in charge of distracting him, while the rest fight off Kurenai. One by one they would go down. Tenten and Hinata headed towards Kakashi. All they had to do was distract him. The two of them worked together well, because they could easily combine their attacks. Kurenai was immediately attacked by Lee, who charged at her. He was fast. She could barely keep up with him. Kurenai moved away from him as fast as she could. Once she was far enough away, Kurenai started to do hand signs to cast a low-level genjutsu on the 6 Genin that were attacking her. Just as it was working, it was dispelled by Sakura, who came running towards her with her fist raised high once she dispelled Kurenai's genjutsu. Kurenai went to block Sakura's attack with her own hand. As soon as Sakura's fist met her hand, pain shot up Kurenai's arm. Where the heck did she learn to punch like that? I feel like I am fighting with Tsunade of the Sannin. Kurenai thought. Kurenai jumped away from Sakura, when the girl went to punch her again. When she landed she felt herself freeze. Shikamaru, Kurenai thought. Bugs began to swarm her person, all of them draining her chakra. The bugs retreated after a few moments. She was still caught in Shikamaru's shadow. Ino called out to Kurenai. I would give up if I were you. Choji will charge at you as soon as I take over your mind. Ino's hands were holding her mind swap jutsu. Kurenai sighed. She knew she couldn't win. 6 verse 1. She had also underestimated them at first. Alright, I give. Kurenai replied with a sigh. Sakura walked over to her and knocked Kurenai out, with a hit to the neck. They had to, in case it was a trick. Meanwhile with Naruto and Sasuke were doing pretty well against Asuma. They were definitely distracting him. So far they had only fought him with taijutsu, and a few kunai and shuriken. Both Naruto and Sasuke must have surprised him, with how well they worked together. Asuma had started to have a hard time, at first. Sasuke combination 2, Naruto called to him. Sasuke nodded his head and began doing hand signs along with Naruto. Water style, water shock wave. Water began to appear out of thin air, and head towards Asuma's direction. Lightning release, electromagnetic murder. A wave of electricity flowed out of Sasuke's hands and combined with Naruto's water jutsu. Asuma's eyes widened. Where the hell did they learn that? I better fucking move. Who knows what it would do to me? Asuma quickly shined away from the combination attack. The jutsu hit a group of trees that were behind Asuma, before he shined. It knocked down 3 of them before it stopped. Meanwhile with Hinata and Tenten were not doing as well as the others. Kakashi was a lot faster, and knew to stay clear of Hinata. Tenten's weapon scrolls were helping a lot though. Tenten had been adding her lightning affinity into her weapons. That shocked Kakashi the first few times it happened, though since Kakashi had a lightning affinity as well. He was easily figuring out ways to counter it. Hinata would shoot different water release techniques at him when Tenten distracted him. Though since Hinata only knew D-ranked ones and 1C ranked, It didn't slow Kakashi down that much. Tenten hoped that they would be switching around soon, or otherwise the two of them were going to be out of the match. With Kiba and Niji had been fending off with Guy's fast movements for 10 minutes now. So far they had a few lucky hits, but it wasn't slowing him down much. They couldn't even use a combination jutsu right now. Guy was just moving too fast. At least one of the Jounin wasn't taking it too easy on them. Niji, do you think we will be switching soon? Kiba asked him as they jumped away from Guy. I think so. I wish we got to fight Asuma or Kakashi though. I really wanted to try a few element attacks. Niji replied. We aren't done yet, Niji. We haven't made it to phase 2 yet. Kiba replied. Phase 2? Ino yelled a few seconds later. See what I mean, Niji? Kiba replied with a grin. Naruto spammed more clones to distract the 3 remaining Jounin. The Genin quickly regrouped, while Kakashi, Guy, and Asuma dealt with clones. This is so fun. Asuma's kind of tired now. From the looks of all of you, a lot of you are tired too. We can make it. There is only one phase left after this. Naruto said quickly. You all know what to do. Let's do this. Sasuke added. Everyone was ready to take out Asuma. It shouldn't take too long. Asuma was already tired, but sadly so were some of Genin. The clones all disappeared once again. The 3 Jounin noticed that Kurenai was missing. They had been so distracted by the other Genin that they didn't even notice. Maybe they were going a little overboard with fighting all 12 of them. Don't worry about Kurenai, she was knocked out. She is over here with us. Enko shouted at them when the clones disappeared. You guys are doing pretty well so far. Kakashi commented. I agree, quite surprising. Asuma added. They are so youthful. Their flames of youth are strong. Guy shouted. There weren't any more time wasted with talking. Lee, Naruto and Sakura headed towards Guy this time. Lee was the fastest out of the 12 of them, so they should be able to distract Guy long enough. Sasuke, Niji and Ino headed for Kakashi. Niji and Sasuke was a good combination as well. They could easily keep Kakashi distracted, and maybe even make him use his Sharingan. Ino's water release could combine with Niji's wind, making the water become stronger. Ino's water worked well with both Niji and Sasuke. Shikamaru, Choji, Kiba, Hinata, Tenten and Shino faced off against Asuma. Now the Jounin wouldn't be underestimating any of them. I see how you took down Kurenai. You overpowered her in numbers. Asuma commented as he watched all of them. He would have to be careful. Choji came rolling towards him at a fast speed, a few minutes later. Choji was way faster now. Asuma barely got out of the way in time. Just as he landed, Kiba and Tenten engaged him in taijutsu. Asuma noticed that the two of them fought around each other easily. Who knew they could team up so well, with only a week of practice? All of a sudden the two of them jumped back, and he realized why when he felt the chakra presence of Hinata. She started to strike at him, using gentle fist sort of style. Though what surprised him was that she was using it somewhat differently. Asuma blocked her as much as he could. She hit a few of his tenketsu. Asuma jumped away from her and started doing hand signs. Wind release, great breakthrough. Asuma called out the jutsu. The high-powered wind shot towards the Genin. Fire style, great fireball jutsu. Shikamaru's voice rang out, shooting out a fireball towards Asuma. The two jutsus clashed, and blew up when the jutsus met. When did he learn that? I didn't even know Shikamaru's chakra nature was fire. Asuma thought. Shino, do you still have those few bugs on him? Shikamaru asked. Yes, his chakra should be depleting. Shino replied. Shikamaru nodded his head in acknowledgement, and listened for Asuma. A few seconds later, a fire jutsu was sent at them from the smoke. They all dodged out of the way, just in time. The smoke cleared to show Asuma again. As soon as they could see him, Kiba, Choji and Shikamaru engaged him in another taijutsu match. This fight was beginning to make them all tired. They had all been fighting for over a half hour now. Move Hinata began to do hand signs, water style, water fong bullet. Hinata's water jutsu soared through the air, and towards Asuma. Kiba, Shikamaru and Choji jumped out of the way, just as Hinata's jutsu was close enough. Asuma didn't get out of the way fast enough, and was pushed into a tree by the water. Asuma panted. They were really making him work. He couldn't go all out on them, this was only a test. His chakra was depleting too, because of Shino's bugs, and the few jutsu he had used so far. Alright, I give up. I say you pass, but you still have to fight with Guy and Kakashi. They are still going strong. Asuma said. Shikamaru attacked his shadow to Asuma, and had him walk all the way to the other shinobi that were watching the fight. There are some genin, aren't they? Kurenai asked him. Yeah, but the battle shouldn't last much longer. Most of them are tired by now. Even though Naruto is known to have a lot of chakra, he must be running low soon. I don't know about that. Naruto has more chakra, think Kakashi. The third Hokage commented. You are all going to lose now. It has been almost an hour. Iruka spoke up. Curses flew out of many mouths. Who knew this generation was this strong? Kotetsu commented. This year's Chunin exams should be interesting. Izumo replied. With Naruto, Sakura and Lee, with the combination of the three of them, they were giving Guy a hard time. Lee was fast as it is, and Naruto wasn't that much slower. Guy learned that Sakura can punch like Tsunade. So dodging her was a good thing. This is such a youthful match. I am so proud of everyone's flames of youth. Guy shouted as blocked and attacked back. Thank you, Guy-sensei. Your flames of youth are also glowing brightly. Lee exclaimed. Why thank you, Lee? Guy replied. With Sasuke, Neji and Ino, Kakashi couldn't believe this. He was really tempted to use his Sharingan. The three of them knew how to combine their elements together. I don't even understand how their teamwork is this good. Neji and Sasuke both are actually working together. This just doesn't add up. In 1 week they all get this good in teamwork, Kakashi thought as he jumped away from Neji, who was about to strike him. Just as Kakashi landed, he had to dodge a combination of water and lightning technique from Sasuke and Ino. This was just crazy. Who came up with this idea again? Oh right, the third. Kakashi thought. The Genin are really taking this match seriously, too. Asuma's out. Kiba shouted to the others. Kage Bunch and Naruto cried out a few seconds later. This time there was only about 100 clones. The Genin all met up together once more. Naruto could easily tell that most of them were exhausted at this point. Kakashi and Guy easily beat all the clones. Once they all dispelled away, Naruto called for a timeout. Everyone was confused, even the Genin. Why was Naruto calling a timeout? Sakura, I want you to take Ino, Kiba, Hinata, Choji and Tenten out. All of you look tired. I will not letting any of you continue. We have been fighting for over 2 hours now. This isn't a real-life situation, so it will be okay. Naruto explained. But Naruto, I can still fight. Kiba replied. Akamura barked in agreement, even though Akamura was clearly tired. I know you can, Kiba, but you won't be able to long. I don't want you to get hurt because you are too tired to move. People take advantage of that. Naruto answered. I understand that you are concerned, but we will be fine. Tenten tried to argue. No, Sakura is going to take out and heal any wounds you have so far. All of you made me let it, so I am asking you do it. Naruto replied. You are doing that thing again. Choji commented. Well, I am sorry. Kurenai and Asuma are out too, so it's not like the rest of us are fighting off all 4 of them. Okay, Naruto, we will go. Ino spoke up. Good, we will see how far we can go with this fight. Naruto grinned. Kakashi rubbed his eyes. He swore he had just seen his sensei. Naruto also sounded so much older, like he knew what it was like to lose those you love. Wow, that kid sure knows how to lead a group. I swear he looked so much older just a second ago. Enko commented. Yes, I have noticed that he does it quite often. Ever since the last week they all had in the academy. Every time I talk to him, he gets this weird look in his eyes, like he has already seen what war is like. Iruka explained as half of the Genin made their way over to them. Naruto, Sasuke, Neji, Lee, Shikamaru, and Shino stood in the middle of the training grounds facing Kakashi and Guy. This is quite a combination. Kakashi commented, as he looked over the Genin left. It's a really youthful combination. If I say so myself. Guy replied to Kakashi's comment. 2 supposed rookie of the years, a genius Nara, a quiet Aburame, and the supposed dead lasts. What surprised me most is that you have Naruto as the leader. I figured one of you geniuses would have taken that spot. Kakashi analyzed. Naruto has this weird power, as we call it. Neji began. It affects almost every single person he meets. Shikamaru added. No matter who you are, he for some reason makes people want to follow him, Shino stated. Sadly, Naruto likes to save anyone who has a sob story. His enemies, or even his best friend for almost killing him. Sasuke explained as his eyes grew darker, along with Neji's, Shikamaru's, and Shino's. Hey, quit moping. This is why people like me and Lee are around. Someone has to deal with a lot of you. Can we get to the fight now? No one wants to hear about me and my crazy life. Naruto replied, before everyone here started questioning them. Everyone seemed to brighten up. Naruto sometimes has that effect to others. All 6 of them slid into taijutsu stances, ready to face against Kakashi and Guy. This is quite interesting. Kakashi mumbled before lifting his Hitaite up, showing his Sharingan. Troublesome, Shikamaru muttered to the others. Kakashi and Guy came to them this time, both trading blows with the 6 Genin. All 6 of them worked well around each other. They would switch between Kakashi and Guy, making their moves almost unpredictable. Kakashi was lucky that none of them were faster than him. Shino sent insects towards Kakashi and Guy, hoping to slow them down. Kakashi, who seen them coming, used a small fire jutsu to kill them. Naruto created 20 more shadow clones to help distract the 2 Jounin, while the Genin jumped back. Shikamaru, Sasuke, Naruto and Neji started familiar hand signs. Wind style, great breakthrough. Naruto and Neji shouted in unison. Fire style, great fireball jutsu. Shikamaru and Sasuke called out. The huge steam of fire raced towards Kakashi and Guy, who just kicked away Lee, Shino and the rest of the clones. Oh shit, was all Kakashi said as he and Guy used body replacement to get out of the way. Once the huge fireball dissipated, the Genin were breathing hard. Half the training grounds were wrecked. There were pieces of earth missing everywhere. Okay, I think we should call it good. All of you passed the test. Kakashi said as he pushed his forehead protector down to cover his Sharingan. Everyone who was at the edge of the training grounds walked over to them. Iruka was grinning the whole way. After all, he had won the bet. That was just crazy. Are you all sure you're Genin? Izumo asked. Yes, we all are. We trained all week for this, in teamwork and a fujitsu. Sasuke replied. I really can't wait until Genma covered Kotetsu's mouth. We're not allowed to talk about you know what. Genma whispered. Sorry, I forgot. Kotetsu replied. Okay, gee, I think the 12 of us deserve a good rest, so we should have tomorrow off. Naruto told the Hokage. I suppose that would be a good idea. Come speak with me tomorrow sometime, Naruto-kun. The third Hokage said, before leaving in a swirl of leaves. The rest of us have duties to do, so we will see all of you around. Genma said as he grabbed hold of Kotetsu's and Izumo's shoulders before Shunshin. Great fight, Gakis. I have a date with some dango. Anko said before leaving as well. I think all of you did well. I was quite worried at first, when I found out about the test. I will see you guys soon, I hope. Iruka told them. Thank you, Iruka-sensei. The group replied in unison. Iruka left a few minutes later, mumbling about grading and new academy students. The 12 genin turned to their senseis who hadn't spoken. I am quite surprised how well you all work together. Kurenai spoke first. Your strategy worked really well. I agree, all 12 of you knew how the other worked. Asuma commented. It normally takes years for teamwork like that, so I do think Naruto is right. All of you need some rest. I am surprised you are not dropping to the floor, Naruto. Kakashi said. Naruto rubbed the back of his head. I have a little chakra left. I should be okay until I get home to sleep like a log. All of you are so youthful, your flames of youth just burst out of you. Guy cried out. Thank you, sensei. Lee replied with a thumb up and a grin. With that, the senseis disappeared in a swirl of leaves. Once they were gone, Naruto turned to the others. I will explain the test tomorrow. I am super tired right now. The rest of you don't look any better. Naruto explained. Okay, you want to meet up around 2? Sakura asked. That sounds like a good time. It would be after lunch, and we could sleep in. Kiba replied. Everyone agreed to meet the next day. Naruto walked into the training grounds the next morning. Everyone was already there waiting for him. They must really want to know why Hokage wanted to test us. Naruto thought as he stopped in front of the group who were all gathered together under a tree. What took you so long? Ino asked. Yeah, we have been here for hours. Kiba added, followed by a bark from Alkamaru. Kiba, we have only been here for 10 minutes. Shikamaru replied with a yawn. Well, it felt like forever. Kiba replied. So Dobe, are you going to tell us what the third told you about our test or what? Sasuke asked. Everyone tuned to Naruto. They all wanted to know why. Yes, team, I am going to tell all of you. It was quite surprising. It hasn't ever happened before. Naruto began. Okay, tell us. Lee exclaimed. The third Hokage wanted to test our teamwork, because there is a war coming. He explained it all to me, once I exchanged some info I had. Hokage heard from sources that Orochimaru, one of the Sannin, was planning to attack during the Chunin exams that are being held in 4 months. Naruto explained. So he wants to strengthen all the genin? Tenten questioned. Yes, G thinks that Orochimaru will have spies in the exam. So this year the 12 of us are for sure being entered into the Chunin exams. Our test of teamwork was designed so that we all can work together during the Chunin exams. For some reason we really caught the Hokage's eye. Naruto replied. This should be interesting. Niji commented. Alright. We will be Chunin before we know it. Ino shouted. It sounds troublesome. Shikamaru mumbled. I wasn't expecting the Hokage to rely on us that much. Sakura said. Everyone began to add in their own thoughts. The volume level began to grow louder. What information did you exchange with him? Shino asked suddenly. Everyone to stop talking in an instant, and turned to Naruto once again. I may have told him how strong I really was. I told him that I stole more than just one jutsu out of the Forbidden Scroll. I even told him it was my idea to start this group training. Naruto explained. Everyone nodded and accepted his answer. The 5 of them will probably want to meet later to talk more. Naruto thought. So the next 4 months we should all train as hard as we can. If this war with Orochimaru is as bad as the Hokage says, then we all need to be strong. So that we can protect the village, Sakura said. We will be the strongest group of ninja the world has ever seen. Kiba replied. Osage, our flames of youth continues to grow even stronger. Lee shouted. So since this meeting of sorts is over, I am going to go enjoy the rest of my day off. Tenten said a few minutes later. That sounds like a good idea. I am going to leave too. Ino replied, as she headed towards the exit of the training grounds. It didn't take very long for everyone else to start leaving the training grounds as well. Everyone wanted to enjoy the rest of their day off. Most of them knew that life would start to get busier around the Chunin exams start. We are going to have to meet up later to talk about the plan for the Chunin exams. Shikamaru said as he was getting up to leave. We will plan a day just for that. We want to be prepared. There is a lot to do, and there is only so much we can do until then. Sasuke replied. Sounds like a good idea. Niji said. Your mission to Wave is coming soon, is it not? Shino asked. Yes, we should be going on it soon. We were gone for about a month last time. So the three of you will have to make sure the others train hard. Sakura replied. We can take care of it just fine. Niji answered. Troublesome, we are going to have to really push the rest of them. Luckily everyone is stronger than we were during our first Chunin exams. Shikamaru explained. Great, we're counting on that. I don't want to be worried about everyone being in danger. It really helps that the three of you are from the future too. Naruto replied. Of course, we are always here to help. Shino stated, as everyone else nodded in agreement. See all of you later then, Naruto said before disappearing in a swirl of leaves. The others soon followed suit, so that they could enjoy the rest of their day off. A few days later, Fox in position A Naruto called through a headset. Wolf in position B Sasuke's voice said calmly. Rabbit in position C Sakura's voice called out a few seconds later. Get ready to capture subject. A fourth voice called to them. Go. The three of them rushed from their hiding spots, before capturing their target. Red ball in the ear? Kakashi asked a few seconds later. Yes, it's Tora. Sakura replied, as she watched Tora try to struggle out of Naruto's arms. Good, let's go to the Hokage tower. Kakashi said. Team 7 stood in front of the Hokage and Irika as they watched Tora get squished in its owner's arms. The lady paid them for their mission, before leaving the room. This is it. This is when we go to wave. Naruto thought as the Hokage read off a list of missions they could do next. No way, I don't think so we want a better mission. Team 7 can handle it, we're strong. Naruto said as soon as the third Hokage finished reading off the missions. Naruto! Irika shouted. I know the three of you are strong, but you are Genin. Genin don't do any higher-ranked missions. Lie, we went on tons of higher-ranked missions as Genin Sasuke, Sakura and Naruto thought. Irika continued to explain about mission ranking and who does what missions. When he was done explaining, he found that none of them were listening. Do you think your team can really handle it, Naruto-kun? Hiruzen asked. Of course we can. Besides, don't you know, this year's Genin are going to surpass all the generations from before. Naruto replied determinedly. The third Hokage sighed. Kakashi, do you think they are ready? Kakashi looked up from his book. I think they are. They have surprised me with their strength so far. I think a C-ranked mission will be a good challenge for them. Alright, then I have just a mission for you. Hiruzen replied. Yeah. Naruto cheered. They were finally getting their mission to wave. Send Tizuna in? The third Hokage said. An old man, who was holding a big bottle of sake, walked in. These brats are supposed to protect me while I build my bridge. They don't look like much. Especially that short blonde one. Tizuna said, pointing to Naruto. I have you know, I won't always be this short. I am a lot stronger than I look. You can believe what you want. Naruto replied. The other adults in the room were very shocked by the blonde's answer. They thought Naruto would try to attack him. Tizuna, you shouldn't worry, my genin are really strong, and I am a jounin. Kakashi explained to the bridge builder before turning to his students. Be at the bridge in 1 hour. Kakashi said before disappearing in a puff of smoke. 1 hour later, the genin of Team 7 stood in front of the gate with Tizuna, waiting for Kakashi. The others know we are leaving, right? Sakura asked. Yeah, I ran into Shikamaru on my way here. He will tell the others. Sasuke replied. So what is the plan? Sakura asked, turning to Naruto, who looked like he was deep in thought. Naruto blinked a few times before answering them. The demon brothers won't take long to beat. Zabuza, on the other hand, is a different story. I say we take him out fast. We can capture him and Haku. I can distract Kakashi with shadow clones. I will send shadow clones with Sakura to take out Haku while Sasuke and I take out Zabuza. Naruto explained. They both nodded. Sounds like a good plan. We can work with that for now. Sasuke replied. Kakashi appeared in front of them a few minutes later, ready to go. The three genin didn't say a word this time. They were too busy thinking over the plan. Let's head out, Kakashi said, as he began to walk out of the gates with the genin following not far behind. Kakashi was surprised. All three of his genin were quietly talking to each other. Naruto was taking point, but he would walk backwards when he would answer Sasuke or Sakura. Sakura and Sasuke were walking on the right and left of Tizuna. Had they done this before? They made it seem like this was an everyday thing. Kakashi thought as he observed his students. Tizuna didn't know what to do with this team. They were a lot quieter than he thought they were at first. They didn't even ask him any questions, at least not yet. They were walking down the same road a few hours later, when Naruto finally spotted the puddle up ahead. He could sense the two Chunin easily. Naruto signaled Sasuke and Sakura a few seconds later. Naruto already knew Kakashi was aware of the puddle. As soon as they passed the puddle, the demon brothers attacked. One down, they said in unison as they pulled the chain around Kakashi and split him into pieces. The three genin were already a step ahead. Sakura took a stance in front of Tizuna, in case one of the demon brothers got past Naruto or Sasuke. Naruto and Sasuke races towards the demon brothers at a fast speed, a speed that the two demon brothers could barely see. Sasuke threw a kunai at the chain to pin it against the tree, before the demon brothers couldn't even begin to attack them. It wasn't long for Sasuke and Naruto to knock them both out, and tying them up against a tree. You can come out, no, Kakashi-sensei, Sakura called out once the demon brothers were tied up. Kakashi appeared a second later. Good work, team. So Tazuna, I believe you owe us so answers. Tazuna then began to explain everything. About Gato, about the bridge, and about how poor Wave was. Well, this was raised to a B-ranked mission. If there is anyone any stronger, it will be an A-ranked. We are going to Kakashi was cut off by Naruto. I don't think so, Kakashi. We are going on this mission. We are strong enough. I want to help Wave. What kind of ninja are we if we go back now? What will people start saying about our village? I am not going back either. Sasuke replied, crossing his arms. I am in too, we're not backing down. Sakura agreed. Kakashi sighed. Alright, we will go. We will have to talk about payment later. With that, Team 7 was back on the road towards Wave once more. The team and Tazuna had just gotten off the boat that took them across the river. They would be meeting up with Zabuza very soon. Naruto signaled to Sasuke and Sakura a few minutes later when Naruto could sense Zabuza and Haku watching them. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. Naruto suddenly cried out. Many clones appeared everywhere. Kakashi was very confused. What was going on? Kakashi noticed that both Sasuke and Sakura had disappeared, and he wasn't sure if the real Naruto was around. Tazuna drew back towards Kakashi. What's going on? Are we being attacked? Tazuna asked Kakashi. There were too many Naruto clones blocking his view. Not anymore, Sasuke's voice called out. All of the Naruto clones all burst into smoke, disappearing. The smoke cleared out of the air, revealing his Genin team. What surprised Kakashi most was that Zabuza, Momochi, and a masked hunter Nin were tied together next to them. Sakura was carrying Zabuza's sword, holding it against her shoulder. What the heck is going on? Kakashi asked. How could a team of Genin take out Zabuza of the 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist, and a hunter Nin? Kakashi thought. Naruto rubbed the back of his head, nervously. Well, you see, Kakashi-sensei, we are stronger than you think, though we did take them by surprise. Naruto explained. They underestimated us too. Sasuke grumbled. You weren't kidding, Kakashi, you Genin are really strong. Tazuna commented. Kakashi was really having a hard time believing this. Yes, he did know they were stronger than the average Genin, but to take out an A-ranked missing Nin. What about the hunter Nin? Kakashi asked. They were working together. When the 3 of us were fighting Zabuza, the hunter Nin attacked us. Sakura explained. Zabuza began to groan. What happened? All I remember is being attacked by some short Konoha brats. Zabuza opened his eyes when he realized that he was tied up. What the hell? Who the heck are you brats? Zabuza asked the Genin. We're Genin of Konoha, that's who. Naruto replied with a foxy grin. You're Genin? You sure don't fight like one. Zabuza mumbled. Haku began to stir, a second later. Zabuza-sama, what happened? We were attacked and captured by Genin. Zabuza growled. He was so pissed right now. Well, I am guessing you were here to kill Tazuna? Kakashi asked the missing Nin. We were, and I still will. Right after I kill your Genin. Zabuza replied. Gato isn't going to pay you. Naruto suddenly interrupted. What do you know, brat? Zabuza spat. That's the kind of man Gato is. From Tazuna's story, the guy's a bastard. Sasuke answered. I heard that missing Nin jobs require a lot of payment. With a guy that is so greedy like that, why would he want to pay you? He probably hopes that you will end up dying while fighting us. Naruto replied. Why should I believe you? Zabuza asked. These Genin were quite interesting. That's true, why should you? How about we make a deal of sorts? Naruto suggested. What kind of deal? Zabuza asked, slightly interested. Kakashi raised an eyebrow. Where is Naruto going with this? In 10 days, we will all meet on the bridge. If we can beat you guys again, then you have to come back to Konoha with us. If you win, then you can take the money Gato owes you and leave. Naruto explained. Are you serious? Kakashi and Zabuza asked in unison. Of course, we will let you go. If you try to attack us now, then you won't live. Do we have a deal? Naruto asked. Zabuza sat and thought for a few minutes. Alright, brat, I will agree with your terms. You cannot attack us either. But Zabuza-sama. Haku was cut off by Zabuza. Shut his Haku, I make the decisions. Zabuza replied. Sakura handed Zabuza's sword to Naruto, before cutting them loose. Kakashi was about to protest, but Sasuke stopped him. We know what we are doing, Kakashi. We will explain it to you when we get to Tazuna's. Sasuke explained. Naruto held Zabuza's sword out to him, once they were untied. Oh, Sakura used a small poison to lower your chakra and slow you down. You probably won't be moving much for a few hours. Naruto explained. Zabuza grumbled as he took his sword from Naruto. A deal's a deal, we meet in 10 days. With that, Zabuza and Haku left the small clearing. Alright, I want an explanation right now. Kakashi growled out as soon as Zabuza was gone. Calm down, Kakashi-sensei, we will explain to you later. Right now we need to get to Tazuna's. Naruto replied. Oh, it will be explained. Kakashi replied as they made their way to Tazuna's house. Team 7 sat on the porch of Tazuna's home early the next morning, watching Kakashi pace back and forth. Naruto could tell that Kakashi was very frustrated with them. He must hate not being in the loop. Naruto thought. Kakashi, just ask what you want to ask already. Sasuke finally said. Kakashi stopped pacing and faced them. All 3 genin of Team 7 noticed the many questions Kakashi wanted to ask, just by the look he gave them. How? And why did you let Zabuza just go like that? Kakashi asked. Naruto sighed. He really didn't want to deal with this right now. He should have figured Kakashi would become very curious about their abilities and knowledge. Kakashi, we have been training since we were young, the 3 of us. We easily hid it from the villagers. After all the hiding behind a mask, fools everyone. It's one of the first things we learned about being a ninja. I found out from Hokage about how team assignments went. From then on we worked to be on the same team. Naruto began. The Hokage found out about our training, start showing our true strength. Naruto added. So once we became genin, we wanted the other genin to be strong too. We wanted to be the strongest generation there has ever been. Sakura added. Well, you see, Kakashi-sensei, we already knew Zabuza was going to attack us. It's been our plan from the beginning. Sasuke answered. What do you mean you already knew? Kakashi asked, his voice rising in anger. The Hokage didn't want to tell you, but he already knew it wasn't a normal C-ranked mission. We're under the Hokage's protection about any other questions. Naruto replied. We can't answer anything else that revolves around this mission. You will have to talk to Hokage when we get back. Kakashi sighed. His team was getting more and more suspicious. I guess that ends my questions for now, seeing how I have to talk to the 3rd. For now will train until the battle. Kakashi replied. The 3 genin nodded. They would be ready for the fight. This time Zabuza wouldn't be underestimating them. He was an A-rank missing nin after all. Naruto knew that after this mission, Kakashi would be everywhere. 7 days later, Team 7 were gathered together in the room the boys stayed in. Kakashi was at the bridge with Tazuna and a few shadow clones of Naruto. So we are attacking Gato's hideout tonight, right? Sakura asked. Yeah, from what I remember, Gato only had tons of bandits as guards. That should be easy to take out. We can get all of his records, and give money back to Wave. We can even pay Zabuza. Either way it's a win for us. Naruto explained. What about Kakashi? He is going to be pissed when he finds out. Sasuke replied. Well, then he can be mad. We can tell him after we take out Gato. You know he won't let us go if we tell him beforehand. Since I sent out clones earlier to look for his hideout, we already know the location and how tight security is. Naruto explained. That's true, we can explain it to Kakashi enough. He shouldn't be too mad at us. Sakura said. So we can go just after midnight. Gato won't know what hit him. Sasuke confirmed. Just after midnight, Naruto sat high up in a tree, looking over a large building not far away. This is Fox over, no movement on my side. My clones discovered that Gato's main office/room is on the 3rd floor. Zabuza and Haku are not here. They are in a cabin closer to Wave. Wolf here, I don't spot anything suspicious either. I will take out the target. Fox, you got the bandits. With your clones it shouldn't take long. Sasuke explained into the headset. He was clear on the other side of the building. This is Cat, I just seen a few bandits walk inside. I can get the records, while you guys are the distractions. Your clones said the record room was in the basement, correct? Sakura asked. Yeah, both of you be careful. You will probably have to take out a few bandits yourself along the way. Naruto's voice replied through the headset. We will be fine, let's go and do this before dawn. Sasuke called. Naruto started their plan. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. There were Naruto clones everywhere. They all headed into the building. Some already taking out bandits. Go, Naruto called through the headset. With that, Sasuke and Sakura headed into Gato's mansion-like hideout. Sasuke headed for the 3rd floor, easily taking out a few bandits that tried to attack him along the way. It wasn't long until Sasuke reached Gato's office/room. Sasuke opened the door and made his way in. He could hear the loud snoring coming from the room attached to the office. Sasuke quietly searched around the office and began to seal any documents or record into a few scrolls. Once done, Sasuke headed for Gato. Gato was pretty greedy about his money if he didn't have stronger security. With that, Sasuke sliced Gato's head off and sealed it away in a scroll. Now that his job was done, he just had to meet the other 2 at the rendezvous point with Sakura. Sakura headed for the basement. Almost everywhere she looked she found a Naruto clone. Though one of them could be the real Naruto. Sakura finally made it to the basement a few minutes later, after taking out a few bandits. The basement was stocked full of file cabinets. This is going to take a while. Sakura mumbled to herself before she began to seal away all the records and documents in the room. An hour later, with Sasuke and Naruto at the rendezvous point. What's taking so long? There couldn't be that many files. Sasuke asked. Actually there is, the basement was full. Naruto replied. Well, she better hurry, it's almost 4, Sasuke explained. Just as Sasuke said this, Sakura come walking out of a group of trees carrying a few scrolls. Next time, Naruto should get the files. I can't make 1,000,000 copies of myself to help me. Sakura grumbled. Sakura, I can only make like 2,000 or something like that. Naruto replied. That's only at my full strength too. Never mind, let's just go. We still have to deal with Kakashi. Sakura explained. The 2 nodded in agreement before the 3 of them headed back to Tazuna's house. It was just past 4, when the 3 genin entered Tazuna's home. All seemed quiet as they headed for their rooms. Just as they were up the stairs, did the boys' shared room door open. The light from the room shined into the hallway. The shadow of Kakashi could be seen in the doorway. Yep, the three of them were caught earlier than they wanted to be. Ugh, hey Kakashi-sensei. Did you sleep well? Naruto asked as he rubbed the back of his head nervously. All of you inside this room, now. It seems we have more to discuss. Kakashi replied, gesturing them to move into the room. He didn't want to wake anyone. Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura walked into the room and stood against the wall near the window. Where have the three of you been? All of you have been gone since midnight. Kakashi asked once he shut the door. We took out Gato. Sakura replied. Kakashi's eyes widened in surprise. You what? You could have been killed. You didn't even ask me for permission to do so. You wouldn't have let us go. Sasuke answered. Kakashi grumbled. Why must I have such a complicated team? Kakashi thought as he looked the three of them over. It wasn't that hard. The man was so greedy that he only had bandits as bodyguards. He didn't want to pay for anyone more expensive, and with my shadow clones it didn't take long at all. Naruto explained. I don't care if it wasn't that hard. None of you thought that I may have led you, or that I could have helped you. Kakashi asked. We are sorry, Kakashi-sensei. We just wanted to help Wave. Sakura replied. Kakashi sighed. I know, I just think that you should have talked to me about it. I am Jounin-sensei. Well, at least it won't be to take out Zabuza now. We can pay him, and still fight him. I think they would be a good asset to the village. Naruto explained. We need to hurry back home. We don't have a lot of time until the Chunin exams. That's when everything really starts. I am worried that everything won't go as planned. Naruto thought. They had 2 days until their meeting with Zabuza and Haku. Alright, tell me how it went and then I will let the three of you rest for a few hours. Kakashi said. Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura then proceeded to tell Kakashi how their mission to take out Gato went. The next day, everyone was sitting at the table in the kitchen at Tazuna's house. They had 1 day left before their meeting with Zabuza. With Kakashi's help they would hopefully beat Zabuza and Haku. Naruto had just finished telling a fun story about one of the Konoha 12 get-togethers when Inari shot up from his chair. Knock it off. I don't know why you can just sit there and laugh and have a good time, when Gato is going to kill you. Gato's is too strong, you don't know what it's like to have pain in your life. None of you know. Even though Naruto knew this was coming, it still hurt to be told that he didn't know what pain felt like. He knew exactly what it was like. Naruto shot up from the table, ready to answer the brat. I don't know what pain feels like. Naruto began. I think you are wrong. There are tons of people who are having a harder time in life. You are most definitely not the only one. There is always someone who has a sadder story. You still have your mother and your grandpa. While others may not, try losing everyone you care about, because of one person that only wants power. Someone who wants to control everyone. Even trying your hardest to save them all, but couldn't. You have to be strong and always protect your precious people, no matter what. Even if it costs your life, to protect them. So stop cry about it. Oh, you may think Gato's strong, but you are also wrong about that. We already killed him. I can even show you his head if you would like. Naruto shouted back at him. Inari was really making shout out too much information. The room was silent. Everyone was staring at him. Even Sasuke and Sakura. Inari finally ran out of the kitchen and towards his room. I am going out for some air. I will be back. Naruto said as he left the house. I am sorry about him. He gets worked up about things. Sakura explained a few minutes later. The silence was just too much. It's alright. I think Inari needed to hear that. Tsunami, Tazuna's daughter, replied as she left the room to finish doing the dishes. Kakashi sighed. Thanks to Naruto, he now had more to think about. Naruto had sounded so truthful in his words. Like that even had actually happened. Sasuke and Sakura stood up from the table wordlessly, leaving the room a few seconds later. Sasuke and Sakura found Inari sitting by his windowsill in his room. Inari turned to them when he heard the door open. What do you want? Inari asked them as they approached him. We wanted to tell you about Naruto. Sakura answered. Naruto wasn't lying to you. We did kill Gato, and Naruto has suffered a lot in his life. Naruto is hated by many people in our home village, for something he cannot control. The villagers are rather stupid in that regard. Naruto doesn't let that get him down though. He takes the world one every day. He is probably the least selfish person I know. He likes to help anyone he can. It doesn't matter what it is, or who it is. Sasuke explained. I don't know how he does it some days. If it were me, I think I would have gone crazy with everything. Sakura added. So don't be mad at him, he was only speaking the truth. Sasuke said. Inari nodded. I think I understand what you are saying. Good, we will be going then. We have training to do. Sakura replied as Sasuke led the way out the window. Kakashi sighed from the doorway. His genin were definitely something. Sakura and Sasuke appeared on the roof of Tazuna's house, where Naruto was sitting. You didn't have to explain anything you know. Naruto finally said after a few seconds. We know, you are just a hard person to explain to someone. Sakura replied as she sat down on his left. I was a little mean. Naruto mumbled. You were only speaking the truth. Why didn't you tell us that you felt like that? Sasuke asked. Felt like what? Naruto replied. Felt like it was your fault that everyone died. Sakura answered. Naruto looked up towards the moon and sighed. Because it partially was my fault. I couldn't stop him, I let others suffer because of me. Naruto explained. It wasn't your fault. Don't blame yourself. Everyone wanted to protect you because for once, you have always protected us or helped us. Why can't you just be selfish like everyone else? Sasuke replied. Naruto didn't even know how to reply to that. Sakura began to laugh, drawing the two boys' attention. Are we really fighting about this? We're back in the past, aren't we? We are here to change the future. Something better than what it was the first time. You're right, Sakura. We aren't going to let anyone win this time around. We have friends to help us. We're way stronger than we were before. We can do this. Naruto replied, standing up. Good, now since that's over. Let's get to bed, we have stuff to do tomorrow. Sasuke said. The day of battle, Naruto made shadow clones to guard Tazuna's family. Leaving Tazuna at home would make it easier on the group to fight. They didn't want Zabuza or Haku to use anyone for leverage. With that, Team 7 made their way to the bridge, ready for their fight with Zabuza and Haku. As soon as they were close enough to the bridge, fog seemed to slowly appear. It looks like Zabuza and Haku were waiting for them, just like last time. About time you brats got here. I have a bone to pick with you. Zabuza's voice called to them within the mist. The mist cleared a little, revealing the figures of Zabuza and Haku. Team 7 stopped a few feet away from them. I think I am going to enjoy this. Zabuza commented as he took out his sword to rest it on his shoulder. Zabuza remembered when the blonde Gaki stopped by a couple days ago. The blonde told him a very interesting story. I have been looking forward to this fight as well. Last time I wasn't even in the battle. Kakashi replied as he lifted his headband to show his Sharingan. Haku, you take the girl and the Uchiha. I got the copy Nin and the blonde. Zabuza told his apprentice. If that's how you want it to go. Naruto shrugged. Oh, just one more thing. Gato's dead, by the way. We took down his base and killed him. I can still give you your payment though. What, are you serious? Zabuza asked. Yep, do you want to see his head? Naruto replied. Prove it. Naruto took out the scroll with Gato's head and unsealed it in seconds. Out popped Gato's head. It hadn't even started to decompose yet. You weren't kidding. Who the hell are you three? Zabuza asked. The three of them were the weirdest genin he had ever met. They were kind of exciting to be around. We're genin from Konoha, that's all. Sakura replied. You don't act like genin. At least not the ones I have ever seen, Haku replied. Really? Well then I guess Konoha genin are pretty special then. Sasuke replied. Naruto sealed Gato's head back up and took out another scroll that contained a few bags of money. Naruto unsealed the bag and then tossed it to Zabuza. Now that you are paid, you still want to fight? Kakashi asked. A deal's a deal. Your genin are quite interesting. Zabuza replied. Alright, let's start already, Sakura said as she ran towards Haku. You won't beat me this time. Haku replied as he jumped away from Sakura. Yeah, but this time I am not alone. Sasuke appeared behind Haku a second later, before kicking Haku across the bridge. Zabuza faced Kakashi and Naruto, after watching Haku get kicked away. He had better pay attention to these two. They seem like the strongest of the four of them. Just as he said this, Naruto made 20 clones. Once they appeared, they raced towards Zabuza. Zabuza easily cut through the clones of Naruto with his sword. Just as the last group popped away, did Zabuza have to dodge a punch from Kakashi and fight back by blocking Kakashi's attacks with his sword? Since Zabuza was too busy trying to block Kakashi, he failed to block Naruto's attack from behind, thus making him lose concentrations with Kakashi for a second. In that second did Kakashi kick him in his side, sending him a few feet away. If I didn't have to deal with both of you, this would be a lot easier. Since you Kakashi are on the same level as me. The Gaki throws the balance off. Zabuza commented as he swung his sword at Kakashi. Kakashi jumped away from the sword just in time. Wind style. Cutting whirlwind, Naruto's voice shouted a few seconds later. A slash of wind sped towards Zabuza at a fast speed. Zabuza shifted his sword in to block him from the attack. The wind was strong enough to push him back a few feet. Once the jutsu dissipated, Zabuza checked his sword for marks. There was a pretty large gash across his sword. My sword! Do you know how long it takes to fix these kinds of things? Zabuza asked. A while. I have a friend that is a weapon specialist. If you come to Konoha, I can have her take a look at it. Naruto replied. We are still fighting here, Gaki. Zabuza replied. Oh, I know. Kakashi replied from behind as he charged towards Zabuza. Zabuza jumped away as he started doing hand signs. Ninja art. Hidden mist jutsu. The mist around the bridge began to grow heavier. Naruto could barely see 2 feet in front of him. Be careful, Naruto. This is one of his signature techniques. Kakashi called out to him. Okay, Sensei. Naruto replied as he kept his guard up. He knew how Zabuza worked. Naruto jumped away just in time, as he caught sight of Zabuza at the last second. Zabuza's sword missed him by a hair. Kakashi chose that moment to attack him, with a kunai. Zabuza used his sword to block the kunai Kakashi was holding. Naruto took that moment to attack too. Zabuza grumbled. This fight was going nowhere. Not that he minded much. He never really got the change to fight someone who was stronger than a genin lately. Zabuza swung his sword again, and this time was able to hit Naruto in the side. Zabuza cursed to himself when the Naruto he attacked burst into smoke. All of a sudden there was a screeching sound like chirping birds. Zabuza turned towards the noise to find Kakashi running towards him with Chidori. Oh shit, Zabuza cursed. Just as Zabuza was about to move out of the way, Naruto appeared in front of him. Kakashi immediately stopped charging, and let his Chidori dissipate. What are you doing? Zabuza and Kakashi asked in unison. This isn't a fight where we are killing our opponent. Naruto replied. I see now, well Gakia deals a deal. If Kakashi had actually hit me with that, then we would have lost anyways. Zabuza replied. So it looks like we are going to Konoha with ya. Just as Zabuza said this, Sasuke and Sakura appeared from the mist. Haku was in between them, they were holding him up. We are just in time then, we beat Haku as you can see. Sasuke explained. I am sorry Zabuza-sama, Haku replied. He wasn't wearing a mask and all three of them look a little beat up. Don't worry about it Haku, there will be more spars to come. We are going to Konoha. I would like to see how strong the other genin are. Zabuza explained, before turning to Naruto. I am going to gut like a fish Gaki. I won't have to deal with Itachi and you. Spars are going to be way more fun now, alright. I think it would be fun. You can come to the gatherings. There is more genin to fight with. Naruto replied. Zabuza grinned behind the bandages around his mouth. You really want less genin in Konoha? Zabuza asked. Naruto laughed. Oh, you will be quite surprised on what us genin can do. Though maybe you shouldn't go all out on a few of them. Zabuza shrugged. Fine, I will find out when we get there. This bridge needs to be finished first though, doesn't it? Yeah, we're here till then. Kakashi replied. Everyone soon headed for Tazuna's home. If they wanted the bridge to be finished then they needed the bridge builder. Team 7, and Zabuza and Haku were finally saying goodbye to Wave. With Naruto's help the bridge was finished way faster than Tazuna originally planned. Thank you for all you have done, Tazuna said. It's no problem, we're ninjas after all. It's our duty. Kakashi replied. Come visit us when you can, Inari told them. We will. Do you think you can protect Wave now? We won't be able to now. Naruto explained to Inari. Yes. I will, Naruto and I-san. Inari replied with a grin. Naruto grinned back at him, and nodded. Naruto noticed that everyone else was ready to go. They were staying here too long. Let's go already. I am sure there is tons of security I have to go through. Zabuza told Kakashi. Alright, we are off then. Kakashi replied. Team 7 plus Zabuza and Haku headed across the newly built bridge. Naruto and Sakura still waving goodbye to the group of villagers. We have a lot to do when we get to Konoha, Kakashi said once they finished crossing the bridge. No kidding. Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura said in unison. The Chunin exams were coming up fast. Things were going to get pretty busy for a while. Team 7 plus Zabuza and Haku were only an hour or so away from Konoha. The whole way back Naruto, Sakura and occasionally Sasuke would talk about some of the Konoha 12 get-togethers. Kakashi on the other hand was in deep thought. What was so big that his team couldn't tell him? It had to be something big, if even the Hokage was in on it. How did the Hokage know how the mission was going to turn out? If he already knew, then why did he still send my team? Kakashi thought. Kakashi was forced out of his thoughts when Naruto had shouted that they were home. Indeed they were. The gates of Konoha were only a few feet in front of them. Finally, I might get some answers now. Kakashi thought. Hey Kakashi, you guys are finally back from your mission. Kotetsu began but stopped when he caught sight of Zabuza and a boy. Why is Zabuza Momochi with you? And who is that boy? Kakashi was about to reply but was cut off by Naruto. We're taking them to see Hokage. They are going to become shinobi of the village. He should already know they are with us. The Hokage lets you call him Chi? Haku asked quite shocked. Yep. He sure does, he like family to me. He's not the only one I have a nickname for. Naruto replied with a grin. Izumo, who had walked up to the group when he noticed Zabuza, cleared his throat. Since Kakashi is with you, then we can let you go to the Hokage's office with him. Kakashi nodded to the two Chunin before leading the group towards the tower. Kakashi needed answers, and the only one who could give them to him was the Hokage. Hashtag $% and *_+. Sarutobi sighed when Team 7 came walking into his office with Zabuza and a boy. Naruto wasn't kidding when he told me he was bringing them to the village. The third thought. Hey G. We're back. Most things went according to plan during our mission, Naruto said as soon as the door to the office was shut. Alright, why don't you tell me what happened? The Hokage replied. With that, Team 7 took turns telling the Hokage what had happened, even taking out Gato. Zabuza and Haku even added in a little. You went to see Zabuza? When was that? Sakura asked Naruto. Yeah, I went to see him sometime after we killed Gato. I can't exactly remember which day though, Naruto replied. So that's why he agreed to come to Konoha with us so easily, Sasuke commented. Naruto rubbed the back of his head. Yeah, otherwise he probably wouldn't have come with us, despite my deal with him. Hiruzen turned to Zabuza and Haku. Well Zabuza, since you are a missing nin from Mist, you will have to answer some questions from Ibiki, along with Haku. The two of you for now will be going on a probation period. I will discuss further information with you after you have talked with Ibiki. We understand, Hokage-sama. Zabuza and Haku replied in unison. Alright, I will send word to Ibiki, the rest of you may go. The third said. All of Team 7 left except for Kakashi. Sarutobi knew he would have to deal with many questions from Kakashi. Right now just wasn't the time to answer them. Kakashi, I understand that you have questions. We will speak at a later time. I am quite busy right now. Hiruzen explained. Okay, I will come by later then. I hope I can get some answers. Kakashi said before leaving in a swirl of leaves. I will get the answers I need, but for now I think I will go home and sleep. Kakashi thought. Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura all walked out of the Hokage Tower, walking through the streets of the village. Today's Sunday, right? Sakura asked a few minutes later as they passed the marketplace. All of the older villagers, they were glaring at Naruto as they passed. Sakura didn't know how Naruto dealt with it sometimes. It happened every time they walked somewhere in the village. Sasuke ignored the glares a lot easier than Sakura did, thought some days he couldn't stand it. They didn't even know Naruto, how can they judge him like that? Yeah, why? Why don't we go see if the others are at the training grounds? Sakura suggested. We can find out how far they have gotten. Sure, let's do it. We have 3 months until the Chunin exams. We have to make sure they are ready. Though I think warning them of Zabuza ahead of time is a good thing too. Naruto replied. Sasuke grunted in agreement. Sasuke, don't start grunting like a caveman again. Not many people understand you. Naruto told Sasuke. Shut it, Dobe. Most people can understand me fine. I only did it once, Sasuke replied. Like who's Sasuke team? Naruto asked. Niji, Shino and Shikamaru Ken, not to mention you and Sakura, are pretty good at knowing what I am saying. Before this time period, Gaara was pretty good at interrupting what I was saying, in the few time that we talked at least. Sasuke explained. Naruto grumbled to himself. That's because all of you did it at a certain point in time. It's like silent quiet guy talk or something. Silent quiet guy talk? Sasuke raised an eyebrow. Naruto sure liked to make up names for stuff. Yeah. How about we call it caveman talk? Naruto replied. Sasuke rolled his eyes. What a creative nickname. Sasuke replied sarcastically. Sakura couldn't keep her laughter in anymore. Sometimes their banter was so funny. At least she knew she wasn't the only one who thought they were amusing with their bantering. Most of the Konoha 12 had witnessed their fighting banter habits. Naruto and Sasuke paused in their arguing when Sakura started laughing as they walked into the training grounds. What's so funny? Naruto asked, slightly confused. You two with your arguing. It's funny sometimes, though since I am around the two of you so much it does get annoying. Sakura replied. Before Naruto or Sasuke could reply, Ino's voice cut them off. You're finally back. What kind of C-ranked mission did you guys go on? The 3 members of Team 7 turned to the sound of Ino's voice. She was walking towards them. Kiba was not far behind her. Shikamaru, Choji, Hinata, and Shino were now just getting up from sitting down. Guy's team wasn't there though. We just protected a bridge builder and fought Zabuza Momochi and A-ranked missing Nin and his apprentice. Sakura replied. What? That doesn't sound like a C-ranked mission, Kiba said. It wasn't, it went up to an A rank. Sasuke answered. Where's Guy's team? On a mission? Naruto asked before another question about their mission was asked. Yeah, they left on a C-ranked mission a few days ago. Shikamaru answered as they walked up. Your mission sounds interesting. Are you allowed to tell us what happened? Shino asked. We can't tell you the details, but some things we can. Sasuke replied. Yeah, how has training gone for you guys? Sakura asked. Good, I think I can actually beat you next time we spar. Hinata could beat you too, though she is a little more hesitant to hurt friends. Ino replied. I am sorry. Hinata mumbled quietly. She didn't want to hurt her friends, but she didn't want to disappoint them. It's alright, Hinata. We can help you out. You will be more confident in yourself in no time. Naruto told the Hyuga. Thank you, Naruto-kun. Hinata replied. So tell us about your mission then. Choji said as he munched on a bag of chips he had just pulled out of his pouch. For the rest of the day, Team 7 spent catching up with the others. The next coming months were sure going to be a lot of fun. 2 months later, it was the usual Sunday when all the Konoha 12 got together. All of them were spread out around the training grounds. Some of them were going over element jutsu, while others were practicing their taijutsu. All of them had to be as strong as possible could for the Chunin exams in 2 months. Naruto was just about to start sparring against Sasuke when a strong mist started to cover the training grounds. Oh, here we go again. Tenten muttered as everyone got into fighting stances. A deep chuckle was heard across the training grounds a few seconds later. I kind of enjoy this time fighting with you Gakis. It's just Zabuza this time, I don't see Haku. Niji's voice called out. Come on out, Zabuza, you know you can't take all 12 of us out. Naruto shouted. That may be, but I could take you out one by one. Zabuza's voice came from behind Hinata. Hinata swiped at Zabuza a second later with her palm. Zabuza jumped away just in time. That was close. You guys have been working on some things I see. So are you Genin ready? I need a workout. The copy Nin said he had to talk to the Hokage or something like that. Zabuza commented. Zabuza had been randomly attacking the group since they had returned from Wave. He liked to call it advanced training. Though Zabuza couldn't go on missions and he had to stay in the village until a week or two before the Chunin exams. Haku was mad at Chunin and has been working in the hospital after a month. Since Haku wasn't a missing nin, he had a shorter probation period. The first time Zabuza showed up to attack the group, he only fought against Naruto. Naruto had told the others to stay out of it. Let's just say because Naruto was fighting Zabuza alone, he didn't really last very long. The other times they fought, Naruto had help. The first time Sasuke and Naruto had totally caught Zabuza by surprise. The second time Naruto and Kakashi had teamed up against Zabuza. Fine, I don't mind fighting you. I get better experience fighting ninja who are stronger than me. Naruto replied. I am in too, since you interrupted my fight with Naruto. Sasuke added. Yash. I will spread my springtime of youth. Lee shouted. I don't mind fighting you either. What about the rest of you? Niji asked, turning towards the others who hadn't made a decision. Everyone nodded in agreement that they would all fight with Zabuza. Shikamaru had muttered a troublesome before agreeing. Good. It wouldn't be much of a challenge if I only fought some of you. Though I heard you fought all 4 Jounin senseis. Zabuza replied. We sure did. We didn't win, but we beat 2 out 4. Kakashi and Guy were harder to beat. Ino answered. They are known for being 2 of the strongest Jounin in Konoha. Shino explained. Alright, let's get this show on the road, Zabuza said before flashing thought hand signs. Water style, water dragon jutsu. A large dragon made of water soared through the air towards the Genin. Most of the Genin were hit with the water dragon because they could not get away fast enough. Tenten, who was one of the luckier ones who jumped away in time, started doing hand signs once she had landed back on the ground. Lightning style. Lightning ball, Tenten shouted as a ball of lightning gathered in her hands and being shot towards Zabuza. Zabuza moved out of the way just in time. He sure didn't want to get hit by that. Just as Zabuza landed, he was attacked by Hinata and Niji simultaneously. This isn't good, Zabuza muttered as he blocked one Hyuga with his sword and dodged out of the way from the other one as best he could. Earth style. Earth pillar prison, Choji's voice called out. Niji and Hinata jumped out of the way just in time as large rock pillars came out of the ground and surrounded Zabuza and closed him in a rock prison. Nice going, Choji. Kiba commented once Zabuza was trapped in the earth prison. Thanks. I have been working on it for a while. Choji replied. Before anyone could say anything, Zabuza's voice shouted to them. Alright, you Gakis, let me out. You win this time. If it wasn't 12 against 1, I would have won. Next time I am bringing back up. Zabuza yelled at them from inside the earth prison. I warned you, but you didn't listen, did you? Most of us didn't even have to fight you this time before you lost. It's a record for us, considering last few times we were fighting against you for a couple of hours or so. Then again, we don't always all fight against you. Naruto remarked. Shut up, you blonde Gaki. You just wait. Zabuza replied. Troublesome. Okay, Sakura, why don't you let him out now? I am sick of hearing him argue with Naruto. Shikamaru replied. I would move as far as you can go in there. Ino suggested as Sakura began to run towards the earth prison made of rock with her fist cocked back. Once Sakura's fist met with the rock prison, her side of the rock prison crumbled into pieces. Zabuza was standing clear on the other side of the earth prison. Damn, what are you, Tsunade? Zabuza asked. Sakura may be showing the other girls basic medical ninjutsu, but Sakura was the only one who used Tsunade's type of taijutsu. Sakura simply shrugged off his question every time he asked. Sakura walked back over to the others a few seconds later. Zabuza wasn't far behind her. You guys are getting good, if you guys keep at it, and ended up as some special group team. You Gakis could take down anyone you wanted to in the future. It rarely happens in main hidden villages, but kind of think of it like the 7 swordsmen of the mist. Zabuza explained. Oh, that would be so cool. Kiba replied. Akumaru barked in agreement with him. If we do that, we better have a kick-ass name. Ino replied. Yash, our springtime of youth will shine brighter than the burning sun. Lee shouted. Anyway, Zabuza, thanks though. It was hard to tell us that, wasn't it? Naruto asked the former missing nin. It was a little. Zabuza replied truthfully. Though, I suppose the next generation should be stronger than the ones before. Otherwise the world would probably go to hell if you guys weren't. I guess it would, Naruto replied, though Naruto himself would never let that happen. So what are you going to do now? Sasuke asked the swordsman. Probably go visit Haku, see if any Jounin want to spar with me. Then at least we can fight on equal terms instead of being ganged up on by Genin. Zabuza replied with a shrug. Zabuza left in a swirl of water a few minutes later after saying goodbye. Niji turned to the others a few minutes later. So are we going to plan for the Chunin exams? It is in a month, you know. Yeah, I was going to bring that up. After our training, but you know Zabuza attacked. Naruto explained. So what specifically do we need to talk about? Choji asked. Many of the others nodded in agreement. Well, all the Hokage knows is that Orochimaru will probably attack during the exams. He doesn't want to alert Orochimaru that we know. So that's where we come in. Shikamaru explained. Okay, but we don't know what we do in the Chunin exams. Hinata replied. Well, Naruto actually does know. The Hokage has been giving him hints about what to expect. Sasuke answered. So what do you know? Ino asked then next question. The first part of the exams is a written exam where you have to look underneath the underneath. Naruto began. After all, Naruto couldn't tell them what you really had to do, otherwise it would give away that he actually knew what they were supposed to do. Okay, what about the rest? Tenten asked. The second part is a survival type. This is where it will be easier for us to help each other. From what Hokage told me, if there are too many people at the end of the second phase, then it splits into 4 parts. Naruto replied. 4 parts? Lee asked. Yeah, it's tournament round. This is a common part of the Chunin exams in every village. That's normally the last part of the Chunin exams. As I was saying, if there are too many people at the end of the second round, then there will be a preliminary round. Tons of people come to see the last phase of the Chunin exams. Naruto explained. The Hokage told you all of that? Choji asked. Some of it. The other parts one figured out myself and other ninja who were dumb enough to fall for a henge. Naruto answered. Okay, so we just keep on training then, right? We can't really help the first part, but the other part we should be able to wipe the floor with them. Kiba responded. I guess that's true, though don't underestimate anyone. You never know how strong certain people may be. They might be trying to trick you into believing that they are weak. Naruto replied seriously. He didn't want anyone to get hurt so soon. Right, well, since we are done talking about that, I am going to head home. I have to take the late shift at the flower shop. Ino replied. Wow, I didn't realize it was this late. I think it is a good time to call it a night. Tenten commented a few minutes later. Yeah, I probably should be getting home too. Kiba said. Everyone began to leave the training grounds slowly. Soon Shikamaru, Shino, Sakura, Naruto, Sasuke, Neji and Hinata were all that was left in the training grounds. Hey, we can discuss more at a later if you guys want, Sakura said. The time travelers had a lot more to talk about. With Hinata there, they couldn't really talk about anything. I do believe that is in order, at least for some of us. Shino commented. What else is there? Hinata asked curiously. The 6 of them have been acting pretty weird for a while. Hinata knew she wasn't the only one. The others had mentioned it a time or two when the 6 of them were not around. Just final plans. I just don't want anyone to get hurt, you know. I feel better if we know every step. I hope that's okay with you. Naruto replied. Oh, yes, I understand. I guess the others aren't that concerned about it as much as you guys seem to be. Is there something we don't know? Hinata asked boldly. Gosh, Hinata sure has gotten more confident. I guess we should be expecting this. Was almost the same thought going through everyone else's head. That's not it, Hinata. We told you guys everything. I just need the team leaders of each team to be more aware, and just thought that they would like to go over a few strategies is all. My team is just all here still. Naruto explained. Oh, okay then, well, I can go ahead of you, Neji and Ai-san. Hinata replied before leaving the training grounds. Hinata still thought they were trying to keep something from them still. She just didn't know what it was. That was close. Sakura stated. We will probably have to tell them at a point. They are getting more curious about us. Neji responded. I know what you mean. Choji and Ino have been giving me looks. It's troublesome. Shikamaru agreed. Naruto sighed. They had a lot to do. I think the best time would be after the Chunin exams if we tell them. There is too much going on right now. I agree with the dope. It might mess up with our teamwork. Sasuke added. As do I, Shino replied. Okay, I think Kabuto is the easiest person to kill right now. Orochimaru is a Sannin, and I don't know if he will attack before we meet up in the Forest of Death. Sakura told them. Yeah, last time it was close to the last 2 days that we all met up, wasn't it? Shikamaru commented. Something like that, but it was after you guys were attacked by Orochimaru. Neji added. For now, let's plan to meet up at that hollow in the tree then. Shino, you can tag everyone before we get into the forest. That way your team can find us. Though I probably will send up Kage Bunshin, so don't use a bug on me. Naruto explained. Alright, that should work. We do need to have scrolls though. Shino replied. Well, on your way to the meeting spot, gather as many as you can. We can trade what we find if we have to. Some of my Bunshins can gather some too. Naruto said. It still amazes me how many clones you can make, and still be able to fight someone. Sakura commented. Naruto rubbed the back of his head. I just have a lot of chakra, you guys know that. What about Gaara? Sasuke asked. Oh right, well, I am going to be watching for him. I have to get him to like me before the third part of the Chunin exams. Or at least try. I want to help him as much as I can. I have been working on a partial seal for him, but it's not finished yet. Ero-sanin should be in town soon. I will try to get him to look at it. Naruto explained. I almost forgot you were doing that. Sakura replied. Oh yeah, well, it was like a few days before the exam that we met with them, wasn't it? Sasuke questioned. I remember because Konohamaru was there, and he ran off because he told Sakura Naruto was cut off by Sakura punching him in the head, causing him to fall over. We are not speaking of that. Sakura grumbled. Naruto rubbed his head as he stood back up. Ugh, why is it always me? Naruto mumbled. I think we have talked enough about this for now. I need to get home. Shino said a few minutes later. Okay, let's all call it a night then. We only have a month left. Luckily all of us are stronger than we were during our first Chunin exams. Sasuke said. We aren't we? Well, some of our enemies should be a little easier to fight. Shikamaru agreed. Only some of them, Shikamaru, Niji replied. Right, well, we aren't going to start thinking negative. We can do it. We just have to believe it, Naruto said. The others smiled at this. Leave it to Naruto to always be thinking this way. It was a little bit later that they all decided to say goodbye and head home. On the way home from the training grounds, Kurama called to him. Hey Kit, I didn't want to disturb your conversation. You tend to space out when I am talking to you. Kurama's voice greeted. Yeah, sorry. So what is it? I haven't talked to you lately, Naruto replied. Well, I just wanted to let you know that you probably won't be able to use Biju mode for a few years. Your body won't be able to handle it. You probably can only use one tail's worth as well. The QB explained. I guess that makes sense. I think that will be okay for now. I used it a lot during the war. If I get stronger by myself without it, then it could end up being my trump card of sorts. Naruto answered. Good thinking, Kit. I also think maybe I can help you with Shikaku. Kurama said. Really, you can? What was your idea? I should be able to talk to him, but you will have to do it alone with the two of you. You don't want to freak anyone out if you did it in front of people. Okay, I will see what I can do then. Helping Gaara is important. Not only is he one of my closest friends, but he is a really good ally in the future. Naruto agreed. Naruto was opening his apartment door as he thought this. Since he was talking with Kurama, he didn't have to deal with all the glaring villagers along the way. He had gotten used to everyone liking and accepting him. Now he had to go back the way it was before. I won't give up though. I will have them acknowledge me once more, Naruto declared before making his ramen for dinner. Naruto walked down the streets of Konoha a few weeks later, thinking to himself. What day was it that we met Gaara? It was so long ago I can't remember what day before the Chunin exams it was. There are only a few days left until the first test. Kakashi proved that by giving us our entry forms this morning. Naruto paused in his walking. Konohamaru was following him, again. It was really hard not to miss the giant square box with eye holes. Naruto grinned. It must be today then. Alright Konohamaru, you guys can stop following me now, Naruto said, turning around to face the square rock. A huge puff of smoke covered the box a second later, and coughing could be heard through the smoke. You went overboard with the smoke bombs again, Moegi's voice called through the smoke. Konohamaru completely ignored her statement and shouted to Naruto. Ha, only our boss would be able to detect us. Naruto sighed. Konohamaru, you guys were in a square box with eye holes. Everyone would have noticed that if it was following them. Especially if they were a ninja. Konohamaru pouted for a split second before he came up with an idea. Naruto-ni-san, can you play ninja with us? Please. You said you would last time, Konohamaru asked. Udan and Moegi nodded in agreement with Konohamaru. Before Naruto could reply, he was interrupted by someone calling to him. Naruto turned around to find the genin of Team 8. Hey Naruto! Kiba called to him with a grin. Akamura barked a second later with his own greeting. Oh hi guys, what are you doing here? Naruto asked. I am pretty sure they weren't here last time around. We just came back from team training, Shino explained as he pushed his glasses up. Hey, what's going on? Ino's voice called out. Naruto, the Konohamaru Corps and Team 8 turned to see Ino walking up to them with Sakura and the rest of Team 10. Sakura gave him an apologetic look. She probably didn't plan for Ino being here either, Naruto thought. We just bumped into each other. What are you guys doing? Hinata asked. Oh, we ran into Sakura and she was looking for Naruto. So we decided to help, Ino replied. More like you dragged us along, Shikamaru commented with a yawn. Choji nodded in agreement with Shikamaru as he ate out of a bag of chips. Hey Naruto-ni-san. We were talking to you first, Konohamaru shouted, clearly showing his anger by the tone in his voice. Naruto turned back to the Konohamaru Corps. Why does everyone decided to show up now? Naruto thought. Kit, the Shikaka host is near. I can sense them. Kurama's voice rang through his head. I know Kurama, I can sense them too, Naruto replied. I am sorry Konohamaru. I didn't mean to ignore you three. Let's start right now, Naruto began. You have a 10-second head start. Your goal is to keep away from me. Naruto grinned. What, only 10 seconds? We won't get that far. 9, 8, 7 Naruto counted down. Konohamaru's eyes widened before taking off down the street with Udan and Moegi following close behind. The others chuckled at the scene. Naruto hasn't acted like this in a while, Shikamaru thought. The blonde ninja had dismissed his childish side since Team 7 came back from their mission in Wave 6-5. Naruto murmured. Naruto was down the street as soon as he heard the crash. It was finally time to meet Gaara and his siblings. Kiba turned his head in that direction about the same time Naruto had. The others were confused why Naruto had stopped counting and left 4 seconds too early. Something happened, Kiba replied, before heading in the direction Naruto was going. Sakura knew exactly what had happened. She gave a glance to Shikamaru and Shino before following Kiba. The others didn't take long to follow after her as well. Naruto rounded the corner, and found exactly what he thought he would see. Kankuro was holding Konohamaru by his collar, yelling at him about bumping into people. Temari was just shaking her head at her brother from behind him. Hey! Let the kid go. You shouldn't be attacking the Hokage's grandson. You could start a war, you know. Naruto told the Sannin, Naruto-ni-san. Moegi and Udan, who were standing in front of Kankuro, ran towards him and the two quickly hid behind his legs. Why should I care? This kid ran into me. Kankuro grumbled. Kankuro, just let the kid go. You are going to get us in trouble. Temari explained to her brother. I think you should let him go, you are outnumbered. Shikamaru's voice called from behind Naruto. Team 8, 10 and Sakura had finally caught up with him. Man, more leave kids? Kankuro said. Fine. Kankuro dropped Konohamaru, who immediately ran to Naruto once he got up off the ground. You genin don't look like much. I think you would all lose pretty easily against us. Kankuro gloated. I wouldn't say that if I were you. Sasuke's voice called from the top of the fence. You obviously don't know who you are messing with. Niji's voice followed a second later. Everyone looked up to the top of the fence. Both Niji and Sasuke were standing there with their arms crossed. Lee and Tenten jumped over the fence a second later, landing next to Choji and Hinata. Not only did Sasuke get a cool entrance again, but now Niji got one too. Naruto thought, I think I like this time around. Sakura thought with a smile. Last time it was only Team 7, they are popping out everywhere. Temari stated. Kankuro, shut up or I will kill you, a voice called. Gaara. Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Niji, Shikamaru and Shino thought. Everyone else tensed up at the sudden killer instant. A swirl of sand appeared next to Kankuro, revealing a redhead with a tattoo on his forehead. Gaara. Temari and Kankuro addressed him. They were both slightly shaking in fear. Naruto decided it was time to intervene. The sooner he helped Gaara, the better off they would be. You guys must be here for the Chunin exams. We're in them too. It seems it's going to be a lot of fun this year. I hear there is a lot of strong genin participating. Naruto said without a hint of fear. What the heck is he doing? Kiba, Tenten, Ino, Choji and Hinata thought. This guy gives off bad vibes. Choji thought, referring to Gaara. I hope he doesn't get in a fight with them. They look strong. Hinata thought. We are. What are your names? Gaara questioned. All of us? Sakura asked in return. No, you too. Gaara replied, gesturing to Niji and Sasuke. Isn't it better to say your name first? Niji answered. I am Gaara Sabaku. These are my siblings Temari and Kankuro. Gaara answered. Niji Hyuga, Sasuke Uchiha. Why don't we get to introduce ourselves? Lee asked. We're not important enough, Lee. It's a silent guy thing, I think. Kiba replied. What about Shino and Shikamaru then? Ino asked. No clue then. Kiba replied. It's alright, that means we will be underestimated by them, then we have the advantage. Naruto replied. So Gaara, I have decided that we are now friends. After all, one-tailed raccoons and nine-tailed foxes have to stick together. Naruto explained as he gave the Sand siblings a foxy grin. One-tailed raccoons and nine-tailed foxes? The Konoha genin, except for the time travelers, thought. Kankuro and Temari caught on real quick, and stiffened a second later. Naruto was just like their brother. I don't want to be your friend. Gaara replied, glaring at him. Sorry, no take-backs. Ask everyone here, they got stuck with me too. Naruto responded. Unfortunately. Sasuke replied with a smirk. The other Konoha genin all tried to stifle their laughter at Sasuke's words. Shut up, team. Naruto replied. Mother wants your blood, what is your name? Gaara asked. A shiver went down everyone's back at his words. The Konoha genin had all quieted. I am Naruto Uzumaki. Don't forget it, okay? Well, I have things to do. I promised some future ninja that I would play with them. See you in the exams. Naruto replied before leaving with the Konohamaru Corps in a swirl of strong winds and water. Gaara glared at the rest of the Konoha genin before leaving in a swirl of sand a second later. I would warn you, friend. Gaara will kill him when he gets the chance. Temari told them. Naruto will be fine. You don't know him like we do. Sasuke replied as he started to walk away. Naruto wasn't lying either. Once he declares you his friend, you're stuck with him. It's really not that bad though. Niji added. You also don't know Gaara. Gaara doesn't like anyone. Kankuro answered. Naruto doesn't give up on anyone, especially someone who needs help. He is always someone you can count on. Naruto will save him, I am quite positive. I can never explain it myself, but Naruto has this troublesome power of sorts. Shikamaru explained lazily as if he had said this before. Power? Temari questioned. We can get a lot of information from these genin. Temari thought. Yes, it's hard to explain. Why, you may ask? It is because Naruto makes people want to follow him, and become friends with him. He won't ever let you down. Shino explained to the Sand siblings. Wow, I didn't know Shino thought so highly of Naruto. Kiba thought. Whatever, let's go, Temari. Kankuro replied as he walked back the way they had come. Temari glanced back at the remaining Konoha genin before following after her brother. Something isn't right here. I have never seen such a huge group of genin together like that. Temari thought. Why were they asking us stuff about Naruto? Choji asked once the Sand siblings were gone. Probably for information, they didn't really get any from us. Naruto gave them information he wanted them to know. Niji explained. Are they spies for Orochimaru then? Hinata asked. They might, or they are being used and just don't know it. Shikamaru replied. Enough of this talk. We will just show them what we are made of during the exams. Kiba interrupted. Akamura barked in agreement with his owner. Fine, I will see the rest of you at the exams in 2 days. Bring everything you think you will need. I suggest packing like it's a mission outside the village. Sakura explained before leaving the group of Genin. I guess Forehead's right. I will see you guys later, Ino said before leaving as well. Everyone else nodded in goodbye to each other before leaving and going their separate ways. 2 days later, Team 7 met up in front of the academy at 7 a.m. Sakura turned to the boys. Do you think we are ready for this? We're as ready as we can be. Whatever happens, happens. We stay as a team and keep everyone safe. Naruto replied. This time we are prepared for what is to happen. Sasuke added. We will be fine. Sakura nodded before the three of them headed inside to start the Chunin exams that started everything. This time the three of them bypassed the 2 Chunin blocking the door on the second floor. They didn't get any interruptions until they were in front of room 301. Kakashi was leaning against the wall next to the door. Hello, Kakashi-sensei. Sakura addressed him. Kakashi nodded. I can now let the 3 of you in, since all 3 of you are here. You wouldn't have gotten in if only 2 of you showed up. Kakashi explained. The Genin of Team 7 nodded, for they already knew this. Not that Kakashi knew anyways, so I think after this exam we should have a talk. Just us, Kakashi said seriously. Really, what are we going to talk about? Sasuke asked. Just some things, there is no need to worry about it now. Kakashi replied. Alright Kakashi, we will see you later then. This team has some Chunin exams to win. Naruto said. Kakashi nodded at them and disappeared in a swirl of leaves to let them through. What are we going to do about Kakashi? Sakura asked once Kakashi was gone. Nothing for now, we have more things to worry about. Naruto replied. Let's go in. Team 7 walked into the exam room for the first test. There were tons of genin around the room. All of them had turned to them when the door opened, but now they went back to waiting or talking with their team. Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, you're finally here. I thought you guys would be the first team out of us, the 12 of us, to get here, but you guys are the last ones. Ino called to them. The 3 genin have turned towards Ino's voice. The rest of the Konoha 12 were walking towards them. Hey guys, we're back together again. Sakura greeted them. We are going to dominate this exam. Kiba shouted, followed by a bark from Alkamaru. We actually do. Normally the home village of the Chunin exams has the most teams. Shikamaru explained. Oh. Kiba replied as he scratched the back of his head. Hey, you rookies shouldn't be so loud. You are just attracting attention to yourselves. That's not a good thing for the Chunin exams. A voice addressed them. The time travelers of the Konoha 12 knew exactly who the voice belonged to. He caused a lot of problems for them. Who the heck are you? Ino asked. I am Kabuto Yakushi. Nice to meet all of you. The older teen with gray hair pulled into a low ponytail replied. Who said we weren't trying to attract attention? Naruto suddenly asked him. Oh, well, I guess that is a way to do it. How about I give you rookies some inside information? After all, this is my 7th time taking the Chunin exams, Kabuto suggested. Your 7th time? You must suck then. Kiba replied. Really? What kind of information? Choji asked, interrupting Kiba. I can give you all kinds of information, like how many teams from what village are here. Kabuto replied. Even people who are taking the exam for the first time? Sasuke asked. Of course. Kabuto replied. How did you get that anyways? Shino asked. I have just seen a lot of the people here before. Kabuto replied quickly. Why are they asking me so many questions? Kabuto thought. Do they know? So are you going to tell us that information? Sakura asked. Oh right, 30 teams from sand, 21 from rain, 15 from grass, 12 waterfall, 3 from sound, and 72 from the leaf. Kabuto said after sending chakra to one of his ninja info cards that showed a map of the elemental nations. Sound? I have never heard of that village before. Shikamaru said. Yes, they are a new village. There isn't a lot of information about them. So you even have information on us too, right? Niji asked. I do. Do you need information on someone? Kabuto questioned. Yeah, I want information for Naruto Uzumaki. Kiba interrupted Niji. This is not good. Sasuke, Sakura, Niji, Shikamaru, Shino thought. Kabuto pulled out a card and sent chakra to it. This is quite interesting. Kabuto commented out loud before telling them what was on the card. Naruto Uzumaki from Team 7 of the village hidden in the leaves. His teammates are Sasuke Uchiha and Sakura Haruno. Their Jonin sensei is Kakashi Hatake. They have been on 15D ranks, and one A rank mission that was originally a C rank mission. Taijutsu and ninjutsu are really high, genjutsu is low average. Chakra stamina is really high too, Kabuto explained. Though there is some information missing from this card. What do you mean? Tenten asked. I am not sure, there is just something missing from it. Kabuto replied. What is going on? Something isn't right. Kabuto thought, looking over the card again. Almost every single person from the Konoha 12 sensed someone move at a fast pace towards them. Kabuto suddenly jumped back as one of the sound ninja attacked him. A second later, Kabuto's glasses broke and Kabuto was trying to catch his breath. If I didn't know he was working with Orochimaru already, I would probably still believe that he was a true leaf shinobi. Sasuke thought as he watched Kabuto cough and catch his breath. The room's tense atmosphere rose higher. Everyone was staring in their direction. Just like the first time they took the Chunin exams. Luckily, the 12 of them were a lot stronger and more confident in themselves. A cloud of smoke appeared in the front of the room a minute later. Once the smoke cleared, it revealed Ibiki and a group of Chunin. Most of the Konoha 12 recognized Izumo and Kotetsu out of the group of Chunin. Alright, you sissies, let's get this written exam started. I am Ibiki Marino. Ibiki shouted so that everyone in the room could hear. There were a few grumbled in reply, before Ibiki began to talk again. You need to pick a number and find your seat. I will pass out the test once everyone is in their seat. Ibiki added. Once everyone was in their seats, the Chunin began passing out the exam while Ibiki explained the rules of the test. Once he finished explaining the test, he let the group of Genin begin the test. They had 45 minutes to get it done. Naruto sighed to himself. He was so glad he knew the true meaning of the test this time. Naruto looked over the questions once more. I still don't know most of these questions, Naruto thought. Instead of writing answers onto the test, Naruto decided it would be a good idea to write Hokage a message. Naruto made sure to use code words for specific things. The Hokage may know they were from the future, but he didn't know the details of what happened the first time. After all, who wants to tell someone they die? Though Naruto had a hunch that the third already knew something was going to go wrong. It wasn't long until the time ran out, and Ibiki began talking about the 10th question. Okay, pencils down, I am going to give the choice. You can take the 10th question and risk getting it wrong. If you get the question wrong, you will be disqualified and you won't be able to participate in the Chunin exams ever again. If you leave, you can try again next time, but your whole team will leave as well, Ibiki explained, face blank of any emotion. The room was soon filled with many voices talking at once. Suddenly, shinobi stated to give up one by one with their teams. It was narrowing down really fast. I am going to have to shout again. We need more teams so there is more scrolls to collect, Naruto thought before standing up and slamming his hand down onto the desk in front of him. This caused everyone to turn their attention to him. I am not scared. Give me the question. I believe in my teammates. I am not going to quit. It doesn't matter if I get stuck as a genin for the rest of my life. I will become Hokage no matter what and protect my precious people, Naruto proclaimed to everyone in the room. Many people's confidence perked up at Naruto's words. Many people told him he had a way with them. The room sat in silence for a few minutes, waiting to find out what would happen next. I see, so is there anyone else who would like to quit? Ibiki asked, as he searched the room. No one answered him. Naruto's words had strengthened their confidence. Well, all of you here pass, Ibiki finally replied. It seems like this generation of ninja has quite the potential, Ibiki thought. What? We just passed like that, Temari shouted as she stood up. Ibiki nodded before explaining the test and showing everyone his head full of scars. Just as Ibiki finished putting his bandana back on, someone came crashing through the window. Enko appeared in the front of the classroom in front of a sign. I am Enko Mitarashi, your second proctor for the Chunin exams. The violet-haired women shouted. Ibiki sighed. She was early again. You're early again, Enko, Ibiki told the women. Ibiki, why are there so many left? Are you getting soft? Enko asked the lead interrogator of the Leaf Village as she looked around the room. She ignored his earlier statement about being early. Or, these batches of genin are just really strong this year, Ibiki answered. Well, you do have the 12 Konoha genin that fought off Kakashi, Guy, Asuma and Kurenai, Enko replied as she spotted Team 7, 8, 9 and 10. I heard about that, Ibiki confirmed. This year will definitely be quite interesting. It will be no problem cutting this batch less than half. Talk to your Jounin Sensei to find the next location. I will see you all bright and early tomorrow morning, Enko explained before vanishing in a swirl of leaves. Next morning, training ground 44, the Konoha 12 had all met up early that morning to head towards the Forest of Death together. They were finalizing a few plans on their way there. They all dropped down from the trees just before the gates of the Forest of Death. Most of the genin from the day before were already there, even Enko. She was sitting on top of the gate eating a dango. It wasn't long after until Enko started to explain the rules for the second part of the Chunin exams. Once she was done, Naruto turned to the others. We meet at the hollow tree. Each of you have a map of the forest. I mapped it out a few days ago. Hokage let it slip that we were coming here for the second part. On the fourth day, head to the tower if we are not all there. Don't forget to pick up as many scrolls along the way. It will be easier for us if we have extra. It's also less competition for later, Naruto explained. They all nodded in understanding. They had worked most of this plan earlier. Why wouldn't someone be there by the fourth day? Hinata asked. It is in case of our teams are attacked by a strong team. It would hold everyone back if 9 of us were waiting for one team. At least some of us have to make it to the last round, Sasuke replied. That makes sense. Tenten commented. Yash! Our flames of youth burn ever so brightly. Lee shouted in excitement. All of you need to be at your gates. Quit standing around. Anko shouted at everyone. Good luck, see you soon, Sakura said. You too. Many voices replied in unison. All of the teams were now standing at each gate waiting to be let into the Forest of Death. Anko's voice suddenly shouted through speakers that were set up around the outside of the Forest of Death. Alright maggots, get in there already. The gates opened all around the forest, letting all the genin inside. As soon as the gates were open and Team 7 walked in, Naruto spammed hundreds of clones. Let's do this, Naruto told his teammates as they dashed further into the Forest of Death. It was a day later and Teams 8, 9, and 10 were already at the hollow in the tree. Each team had gotten one extra scroll along the way. I wonder how long it will take Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura to get here, Choji asked, munching on some chips. I thought they would be one of the first ones here actually. Naruto seemed really serious about getting here as fast as we could. Kiba replied. That is because he was Niji stated. Oh, so what was with that Kabuto guy? Kiba asked. He was bad news, couldn't you tell? He was very troublesome. There is no way someone could have that much information on people, even if he took the exam 7 times. Shikamaru explained. So he is a spy. Ino said. We believe so. I hope Team 7 gets here soon. Shino answered. You probably won't be seeing them that soon. An unfamiliar voice called out to them. Team 7 raced through the trees. They had collected quite a few scrolls with Naruto's clones. Naruto was also keeping an eye on other teams with his clones. There was no sign of Orochimaru yet. That was definitely worrying the 3 genin. The others are probably waiting for us, Sakura suddenly said as they jumped from tree to tree. There, I had a clone pass by them earlier this morning. I thought Orochimaru was going to find us by now. I didn't want to endanger them. I wanted us to deal with Orochimaru, Naruto explained. I don't think Shikamaru, Shino and Niji are going to be too happy about that, Sasuke commented. I know, hey, someone is coming in this direction, Naruto told them. A few minutes later the sound team came through the trees. What are they doing here? It's too early for them to be attacking us? All 3 members of Team 7 thought. The group of 9 genin looked up from the ground. Standing in a tree was a female grassnin. None of the genin had sensed her presence at all. Who knew how long she had been there? Killer instinct poured over the group, causing them to all freeze in place. What do you mean? Niji managed to ask. Cuckoo, they are a little busy right now, the creepy grassnin said. Shikamaru's brain was flowing with a million different scenarios at the moment. Who knows what could have happened with Team 7, but first they had to get out of here. This whole thing didn't make sense. Shikamaru shared a glance with Niji and Shino. A few seconds later the killer instinct was pushed away from the genin. What did you do to them? And what do you want with us? Kiba asked as he patted Akamaru, who was shivering inside of his coat. Well, you see, the only way for me to get Sasuke-kun is to kill all of you. My spy network gave me a lot of information about the 12 of you. I believe that the 12 of you will become a strong thorn in my side in the future. So I decided to get rid of you early, the girl said. Who are you? And Sasuke isn't yours, Ino replied. My identity is no importance, nor my reason for taking Sasuke away from Konoha, the girl answered. You're Orochimaru, Shino stated. Cuckoo, you are quite smart. How did you know? Orochimaru asked. You are not the only one with a spy network. Why would getting rid of us make it easier to get Sasuke? Shikamaru asked. This is getting way too troublesome for me. I can only stall for so long. They better get here fast. There is no way the 9 of us can take out a Sannin, at least not as of right now. With Team 7 jumped into a clearing just as the Sounds team landed on the other side of the clearing. We finally found the 3 of you, Kin stated a second later. What do you want from us? Sakura asked, playing along. The 3 time travelers knew exactly why they were here, though for some reason they attacked too early. We just want to test out your guys' strength. You don't look very strong, Zaku replied. I guess you will have to find out. Sasuke smirked smugly. We need to hurry up. A clone of mine just popped. Orochimaru is attacking the others. They aren't doing so well. Ino, Choji, Tenten, Hinata are knocked out and injured. Everyone else is running out of chakra. They won't be able to last much longer, Naruto explained quickly. They couldn't lose anyone, especially this early. Fighting the Sound Genin shouldn't take too long. After all, the 3 members of Team 7 were the strongest out of the Konoha 12. Let's get this over with, Konoha brats, Dosa called as he shot a strong gust of wind at them, right as Kin threw a cluster of kunai. Team 7 jumped apart, and as soon as they landed back on the ground they attacked. Sakura appeared in front of Kin a second later with her fist cocked back. Kin's eyes widened. She didn't have time to block Sakura. Sakura's punch made Kin fly back into the trees behind her. Kin slowly got up from the ground. This was supposed to be easy. It didn't seem that way. She only heard of Tsunade of the Sannin with strength like that. She wasn't going to last against Sakura if she was going to get his like that. Kin reached into her pouch before launching a multitude of Saban towards Sakura, who was running at her again. Sakura, who remembered fighting Kin from the first time around, deflected and dodged every Saban that was being thrown at her. She knew about Kin's Shadow Saban. I think it's time to get this over with. Sakura began as she flashed through hand signs. Earth style, stone spikes earth spikes around and underneath Kin. Kin tried to dodge as many as she could, but she got hit by quite a few of them. She was already losing blood. Sakura disappeared from view, and a minute later Kin was being dragged into the ground. Her head was now the only thing that appeared above ground. Damn it! Kin cursed as Sakura appeared in front of her with her hand on her hip. Sasuke appeared in front of Zaku, and entered a small taijutsu match. Sasuke was a lot better than Zaku was. Zaku shot air from the tubes in his arms at Sasuke as he jumped away from the Uchiha. Sasuke was pushed back from the high frequency of wind and sound. Sasuke decided it was time to end this fight. They didn't have time to mess around, they still had to fight off Orochimaru. Sasuke rushed towards Zaku again. After kicking Zaku in the side and sending him flying, Sasuke raced through hand signs. Lightning release. Lightning ball. A ball of lightning gathered in Sasuke's hands before launching at Zaku at a fast pace. Zaku was just getting up from Sasuke's kick and he couldn't get away fast enough. A second later Zaku was knocked unconscious. Naruto knew for sure they had to hurry. Sasuke and Sakura didn't see the memories of his clones. His clone had popped after being hit by Orochimaru himself. Though it was also probably a trap, Orochimaru had to know they would be on their way. Naruto didn't know why all the plans were different on Orochimaru's end. Naruto didn't like not knowing. Dosa was knocked out after a short taijutsu fight. He after all was fighting Naruto. The blonde knew he had to get through Dosa to save and help his friends. Nothing would get in his way. All of Naruto's friends knew this. Well, anyone from the future would. Naruto would do anything to help his friends. The three genin of Team 7 shared a glance before they were on the move again. They were heading straight to the others. They had no time to lose. Naruto made 3 Kage Bunshin and hinged 2 of them into Sasuke and Sakura. What are you doing? Sakura asked, curious of Naruto's actions. Kabuto's coming our way. I want to deal with Orochimaru first. He is currently fighting our friends. As much as I hate Kabuto, we don't have time to be at 2 different places. Naruto explained. Are you sure? Kabuto does cause a lot of problems in the future. Sasuke replied. Naruto sighed. I know he does. But Orochimaru is strong and we aren't strong enough to win against Orochimaru. Splitting up would do worse damage on the person that goes after Orochimaru. If we were at our level from before we time traveled, then we wouldn't have a problem. Naruto answered. Sasuke nodded to him in agreement. If you think that is best. Sakura replied. The 3 genin rushed through the trees of the forest of death. They were almost there. A second later they stopped just before the clearing. The 3 time travelers looked over the clearing. Almost every single one of their friends were sitting up or lying across the clearing breathing heavily. Lee and Niji were the only 2 standing up. Though the 2 of them were breathing hard, and they were slightly shaking, Orochimaru stood at the edge of the clearing chuckling. It was time Team 7 dropped in. In a flash Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura appeared in front of their friends, blocking Orochimaru's view of some of them. Well, glad you 3 could join the party, Kuku. Orochimaru chuckled. If he was surprised by their appearance, he didn't show it. What are you doing here, Orochimaru? Naruto asked. He wanted to get over with this part of the exam already. Straight to the point, I see. I guess I will have to tell you then. I am here for Sasuke-kun. Well, you can have him. Sakura spoke up. Sakura really didn't want to have to lose Sasuke again. What do you mean? Sasuke replied. I can give you power, Sasuke-kun, way more than these pathetic friends of yours. Though all of you are above genin level, which is certainly interesting. Friends will not help you kill your brother. Orochimaru tried to persuade Sasuke. Before Sasuke could even reply, Naruto interrupted. You don't know Sasuke, do you? Power doesn't make you strong. Protecting your precious people makes you strong. Naruto shouted. I don't want to kill my brother. Naruto is right, you don't know me at all. Sasuke added. Why did you go after our friends if you wanted Sasuke? Sakura suddenly asked. I had to show Sasuke the true meaning of power. Friends don't do a thing to your strength. I had to get rid of you lot somehow. This kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Orochimaru explained. Now I am tired of all this talking. I am going to leave a little present behind. Orochimaru added. The snake Sannin sent out snakes everywhere. All of the snakes were heading straight towards the genin. Naruto gave a glance to Sasuke and Sakura before they all began to attack too. Wind style, great breakthrough. Naruto shouted, as a large gust of wind shot towards Orochimaru. The snake Sannin didn't even flinch, instead he sent the same wind jutsu out towards the genin. Both wind jutsus clashed, and it seemed like Orochimaru's was overpowering Naruto's own. Sasuke appeared behind Orochimaru at that moment, and attacked with taijutsu. Out of everyone, Sasuke knew who Orochimaru fought. The Sannin easily evaded or blocked the Uchiha. Sasuke was beginning to get frustrated with the Sannin. A split second after Orochimaru blocked Sasuke for the 30th time, Sasuke shined out of the way. Orochimaru wasn't really expecting Sakura to be right where Sasuke once was. Sakura didn't hesitate, and punched the Sannin with all her strength. As soon as her fist made contact, the Orochimaru she punched turned into mud. I wasn't expecting that at all. You remind me of my old teammate Tsunade. Orochimaru's voice called from behind her. A second later, Sakura was sent flying back towards the others. She hit the ground hard once she landed. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. Naruto's voice called out. Hundreds of Narutos appeared around the clearing. Naruto didn't want to take any chances. Orochimaru needed to be dealt with. Ah, yes, the QB brat. I have heard a great deal about you, Orochimaru said from the edge of the clearing. Sasuke was now standing next to the real Naruto after the last attack. Both genin were looking quite serious, and seemed to be observing him quite closely. The rest of the genin had all grouped together again. All of them on the other side of the clearing, away from the fight. Half of them still wanted to jump in the fight and help, while the other half were just too injured or exhausted to do so. Sakura slowly stood up from the ground. Her body ached all over from the force of the impact from the ground. They needed to deal with Orochimaru and quick. The Narutos all attacked a minute later, all of them charging towards Orochimaru, hoping to slow down Orochimaru, even a little. The real Naruto and Sasuke were doing hand signs for another combination attack. After all, the two of them were always best with teamwork when they actually wanted to work together. Lightning release, electromagnetic murder. Sasuke called out, as he created a lightning stream towards Orochimaru just a second later after Naruto's water jutsu was sent out. Water style, water shockwave, Naruto called out as a large volume of water appeared and was sent straight at Orochimaru. That lightning and water combination was always quite deadly. They really didn't want to take any chances. Orochimaru had just finished taking out the last few Naruto clones when he heard the jutsus being called out. They are definitely not genin, if they can pull out C-ranked water and lightning jutsus, Orochimaru thought. The element attack was coming at him too fast, so Orochimaru couldn't get out of the way in time. The attack sent him into a tree as well as shocking him. We can't hold him off much longer, he is a Sannin, Sasuke commented as he began to breathe hard from all the fighting. He isn't going to leave unless you get the cursed seal, Naruto replied. We can't just run either, we're too big of a group. Sakura, go heal the others as much as you can. Sasuke and I will deal with Orochimaru. I think I have a plan. Alright, but be careful, Sakura replied before heading over to the other genin. Sasuke listened carefully. To pull this off we will have to work fast, Naruto began. Sasuke nodded in understanding before Naruto hurriedly told him the plan. Orochimaru climbed back to his feet a minute later. He wasn't injured very much from the attack. I am done with you brats. I am not going to play around anymore. I don't have much time before I am spotted, Orochimaru said. Orochimaru rapidly went through hand signs and sent out his 1,000 snake hands. Snakes were sent every which way towards the two genin. Naruto nodded to Sasuke and the two split away from each other. Their plan was about to begin. Wind style, cutting whirlwind, Naruto called out as slicing wind was sent out from Naruto, cutting up snakes left and right. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu, Naruto made hundreds of clones again to attack Orochimaru. Naruto then slapped a seal to one of his clones and then the clone hinged into Sasuke. Naruto's henge always worked. His henges had never been detected as of yet. The real Sasuke hinged himself as one of the Naruto clones. Hopefully they could fool Orochimaru with this plan. The real Naruto and the clone Sasuke jumped in with the clones, all of them attacking Orochimaru in any way they can. The fight seemed to drag on for half an hour, with Naruto adding clones in when they were running low. By adding clones, Orochimaru wouldn't notice the difference. Orochimaru had it with all the clones, and he seemed in luck, for Sasuke was in close range. He was going to get Sasuke, no matter what. Orochimaru punched away the few clones that were attacking him at the moment, and then he finally took his chance. Temporary paralysis technique, Orochimaru called out, making Sasuke freeze in his tracks. Orochimaru stuck out his neck all towards Sasuke and bit into his neck. Sasuke cried out in pain. Sasuke! Multiple voices cried out from around the area. Orochimaru drew back and chuckled to himself. You will seek me out, Sasuke-kun. I can provide you with great power, Orochimaru said. Many Naruto clones raced towards Orochimaru and some headed to Sasuke. It seems I have overstayed my welcome. I will deal with you lot in time, Orochimaru said to the genin as he sunk into the tree behind him. He couldn't let Sarutobi know he was here just yet. He had plans to finish. The clearing grew quiet once Orochimaru had fully disappeared. Sasuke was now being checked out by Sakura. Don't worry about that, Sakura, I am alright, the only Naruto clone left said to Sakura. What do you mean? Sakura asked. Just as she finished her sentence, the Sasuke she was holding poofed away. The Naruto clone next to the real Naruto was now Sasuke. What did you guys actually do? Ino asked, slightly confused. Troublesome, don't you see, Ino? They tricked Orochimaru. Sasuke hinged into Naruto, while one of Naruto's clones hinged into Sasuke. With all the Naruto clones around, Orochimaru couldn't tell the difference. Shikamaru explained. Yep, that is pretty much it, Naruto began, except that I added a seal to it. Sakura punched Naruto on the head. How about you warn the rest of us next time? I was worried, you know, Sakura replied. I know, Sakura, I am sorry. It wouldn't have worked if all of you knew, Naruto answered. He isn't going to be very happy when he finds out, Sasuke commented. That's true, so did you guys get any scrolls? You guys took a long time to get here, Kiba asked. Akamura barked in agreement with his master. Naruto grinned and began to unload his pockets, as well as Sasuke and Sakura. In total they had 8 Heaven Scrolls and 7 Earth Scrolls. We didn't even get that many. Choji commented as he remembered that each of their team only had 1 extra of each scroll. I guess I went a little overboard with the shadow clones, Naruto said as he scratched the back of his head. Hey, at least there won't be that many teams left. I think we should rest for the night, and work our way to the tower tomorrow. Naruto added, good plan, it's already getting late. Niji replied as he looked up to the sky. Stars were already beginning to come out. Yeah, and I could use a nap or something. Naruto added as he yawned. He was barely keeping himself upright. Making tons of shadow clones can do that to you. You aren't the only one. Sasuke replied.